Hallo, liebe Leute, mein Name ist Fred, bis auf Namen des Besten. Hier bin ich für euer liebe Gott, der LeKris. Herzlich willkommen vom Kanal, herzlich willkommen zum kleinen Freitag und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Foolish Mortals. Endlich wieder, hat ja lange genug gedauert. Wir gehen wieder ins Game rein. Wir müssten noch die 3 Schlüssel der 3 Brüder, die ja mittlerweile verstorben sind, suchen, finden. Beziehungsweise müssen wir für irgendwelche Geisterrufaktivitäten Gegenstände finden, damit wir diese Geister rufen können und dann erfahren, wo die Schlüssel sich befinden. Das ist die Idee. Und so viel Zeit haben wir eigentlich gar nicht. In-Game-Zeit, glaube ich, nur ein paar Stunden. Out-Game-Time sind wir schon länger unterwegs, als wir eigentlich sollten. Und nun würde ich sagen, gehen wir ins Game rein. Ich weiß gerade gar nicht, wo wir stehen geblieben sind, weil ich mir auch meinen letzten Stream nicht angeguckt habe, beziehungsweise schon ein bisschen länger her. Wir finden uns schon irgendwie zurecht, denke ich mal. Ich wünsche nun viel Spaß und viel Vergnügen bei Foolish Mortals. Ja, wir laden die letzte automatische Speicherdatei und gucken mal, wo wir dabei landen. Rückblende. Zusammenfassung. Auf der Suche nach dem verlorenen Schatz von Bellemore Manor hat Murphy McCallan den Rat eines Hexendoktors befolgt und die Geister von Bellemore Manor mit einem Zauber beschworen. Dadurch hat er jedoch auch den Geist des bösen Phantoms John Rackham befreit. Nachdem Murphy die Geisterbraut Abigail Bellemore vorübergehend von Rackhams Liebesbann befreit hat, muss er nun in einem Wettlauf gegen die Zeit den verlorenen Schatz finden und dem bösen Rackham zuvorkommen. Um ihn zu erreichen, muss er die Leichen der 3 ermordeten Brüder von Abigail finden und von jedem von ihnen einen Schlüssel zum Gewölbe holen, geleitet von der Hellseherin Madame Planchette. Das war eine sehr umfassende Zusammenfassung und auch sehr vielsagend an der Stelle. Wir haben hier noch so eine Halskette, wo irgendjemand die andere Hälfte hat, wir wissen aber nicht wer. Und das soll uns irgendwie weiterhelfen, wenn wir dann wüssten wie. Wir haben ein sehr unaufgeräumtes, dafür sehr vielzähliges Inventar mit Dingen, von denen ich nicht weiß, inwiefern sie uns noch irgendwie helfen könnte. Aber auch das wird sich bestimmt früher oder später nochmal ergeben. Wir haben einen Feuerwerkskörper, eine Thermosflasche, vor allem auch ein Wimpel mit einem C drauf. Was könnte uns das helfen? Wir reden erstmal mit Felix Greer, der uns wahrscheinlich nicht helfen kann. Und selbst wenn er es könnte, würde er es nicht wollen.
Hello again, Felix.
Hello again, Sir.
Genau, Sir. Ja, der Aufzug ist immer noch kaputt, denke ich mal. Ja genau, Crab McCready hat mir erzählt, dass sie ihn aus dem Club ausgeschlossen haben, weil er eine Papageien Gedichte beigebracht hat. Das hatten wir, glaube ich, schon mal, aber zur Auffrischung, bitte.
Crab McCready told me you kicked him out of the club for teaching a parrot poetry?
Yes, that's quite correct.
That doesn't seem very fair.
You didn't hear the poetry. If
No,
I may
don't.
regale you, there was a young man from Bombay. Took the slow boat to China one day. He was pinned to the tiller by a frisky gorilla, and China's a bloody long way.
I see.
Apologies if we're in disagreement about whether that sort of material is appropriate for the Captain's Club.
Nope. Can't argue with that. Very fair conclusion.
Ich finde das gar nicht so schlimm.
Is the elevator still not fixed?
It hasn't been fixed for the last 7 months. I doubt it will miraculously start working for you tonight.
How did it break anyway?
The city council rented out the whole club one day for a meeting to discuss a new town seal. Some sort of insignia representing Dead Nettle's history and culture. Unfortunately, the mayor misunderstood the brief and showed up with a seal of the aquatic type. 2 fins, whiskers, a little tricorn hat, and the moniker Captain Snoops. Took the entire council to wrestle him back into the elevator and get him down to the docks. And it overloaded the motor. And do you know what the real cherry on top was? He got the animal wrong. Captain Snoops was a sea lion, not a seal.
What's the difference?
An I, an O, and an N.
Ja, das hatten wir schon, sonst hätte ich es wesentlich lustiger gefunden.
How's the club tonight?
Buzzing.
That lively, huh?
No, I mean I just had to remove a wasp nest from the gentleman's lavatory.
Ja, wie schon gesagt, so richtig
I best be casting
wertvolle
off.
Infos bekommen wir
Farewell,
von ihm nicht.
Captain.
Wir sind auch schon in dem Kapitänsclub gewesen. Da sitzen 2 Leute rum und den einen, der spielt mit uns englisches Poolbillard und den können wir nicht besiegen. Warum eigentlich? Können wir die Kugeln irgendwie manipulieren? Wir schauen uns erstmal nochmal Streichholzschachteln.
These are complimentary matchbooks for members only.
I am a member.
So.
Oh, yes. How silly of me to forget.
Ja, er nutzt auch keine Gelegenheit aus. Er lässt keine Gelegenheit aus, um uns dann immer wieder aufs Brot zu streichen. Jetzt haben wir Streichhölzer. Was bedeutet, dass wir durchaus
It was a small matchbook with the logo of the Captain's Club printed on the front.
den Feuerwerkskörper abschießen können. Allerdings habe ich vergessen, wo wir das machen sollten, wenn wir das schon gewusst hätten. Wenn ich ein Feuerwerkskörper wäre, wo würde ich mich wohl am liebsten abfeuern lassen wollen? Ich weiß nicht, ob das die richtige Herangehensweise ist, um ein Rätsel zu lösen, aber es ist aktuell besser als gar nicht.
What a piece of junk. So much as a nudge and the whole thing locks up. Work, damn you!
That almost hit me.
Almost isn't good enough. A few inches over and we could have had a lovely headline about a gory workplace accident.
Danke, sehr freundlich. Jetzt ist natürlich die Druckerpresse im Eimer und wir haben aktuell alternativ nichts, was wir ihr geben könnten, damit die Druckerpresse funktioniert, es sei denn, sie benutzt den Spindelwarenheber vielleicht.
I thought I'd keep that to myself.
Echt? Müssen wir einfach die Druckerpresse einbauen?
That wasn't going to fix the printing press.
Okay, das war eine Idee, aber wir könnten jetzt einfach...
There was no way I was going to get past the newspaper editor to get it. Besides, I didn't know how to operate it.
Okay, das ist ein guter Grund, aber wir hätten eventuell ja auch, naja.
Hands off, McAllen. This is delicate business.
Ja, okay, wir wollen ja nur helfen. Wobei ich ehrlich gesagt auch nicht wüsste, wie. Wir haben auch nichts, was irgendwie hilfreich wäre.
Of course this happens right now. Just
Hm.
I'm the only one allowed behind the desk, McAllen.
Sie sieht's trotzdem, ne?
Sorry.
Na gut. Da unten brät sich der Dude was.
Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? I didn't think I'd be seeing you again, Mac. I thought you'd be swimming back to the mainland. Or, well, swimming with the fishes.
Ja,
How's the
bestimmt.
auditing going?
Well, I quit my job.
You quit? I thought that was the whole reason you were here in the first place.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Why you doing this, Mac? Don't you have a family you need to get back to? Away from the ghost stories?
Ja, nee.
Ghost stories are really the whole reason that I'm here.
How are they keeping you here, Mac?
As a baby, I was left on the doorstep of an orphanage with just a blanket and a piece of paper with my name on it.
Yeah.
Growing up, I always felt alone, like I was missing someone who loved me. The last orphanage I was in was above a bookstore called Eerie Echoes, and I used to pick up the dime novels that got thrown out at the end of each month. My favorites were always the scary ones.
Why did you like the scary stories so much?
I felt like if I could read the scariest story I could find, it would make my life at the time seem a little less scary by
Eigentlich
comparison.
ganz schön traurig.
That's heartbreaking, Mac.
Ja.
But that's why I'm still here. I always wanted to be in one of those stories, and now I am. I don't have much of a past, but this is a chance to make myself a future.
Well, I hope you find what you're searching for. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Ja, da hat er schon recht. Zumal der Kerl gedacht hat, naja, komm, wenn ich den Schatz finde, werde ich vielleicht reich. Deswegen kündige ich jetzt meinen Job. Und dann stellt sich raus, der Schatz ist gar nicht so wertvoll, wie man denkt. Also auf andere Weise halt, ne?
Do you remember the Bellemore Trading Company ever unloading a coffin at these docks?
You know, now that you mention it, that does ring a bell. Yeah, back when I first started out, the Bellemore's flagship, the SS Mysterium, came back into port a few days late, and Mr. Rackham rustled up a bunch of us roustabouts to help unload it, way earlier than we usually be out. Yeah, I remember that morning. It's almost as much as the bonus pay we got for the early hours.
Did you find out what was in it?
I don't think we paid it much mind. It was rare, but people did die at sea back in those days. Although saying that, they'd usually be buried at sea too. I don't remember any fanfare about it, but it must have been someone important in there.
Or
Ja,
something.
oder etwas, ja. Es war ja eher etwas. Wir kennen ja die Geschichte schon.
I think I might know what happened at Bellemore Manor on the night of the disappearance.
I've told you, Mac. I don't want to hear no more about it.
Ja.
But I think I know who the Phantom is.
Murphy, don't even say the name. I've seen that aberration once, and that was enough. I saw those faces laughing at me every night for months. I won't go through that again.
Ist
Ned's
okay.
fear was real.
Ja,
I can
ja.
only imagine what 3 decades of those faces would do to a person.
Ja, ja, das ist schwierig.
Do you miss working on the docks?
I wouldn't give up fishing for it, but I have good memories of those times. Good,
okay.
honest teamwork. Working outdoors, singing shanties, and swapping stories. Though to be honest, some of the tales they tell may have been a little exaggerated.
Ein bisschen.
Still fishing?
You won't believe this, Mac. Squibb's record was ruled invalid.
Ach was?
He was overheard down at Spinelli's bar boasting about how he put ball bearings inside the Pencosa to make it heavier.
Na
He believed in love of
sowas.
some people.
Also,
The despicable things they'll do.
so
It means I'm
nämlich.
right behind you, buddy. Just one lucky catch, and I'll be bumping you down to second place.
Okay, also, ne, also wer würde schon den Fisch künstlich schwerer machen? Also, undenkbar natürlich.
Is that a grill you've got there, Ned?
14 hours out here will give anyone an appetite.
Yeah,
I'm not
sure.
giving up just yet, but it'll be supper time soon. You're welcome to join me.
Ja, mal gucken, vielleicht später.
Catch you later, Ned.
See you around, Mac.
Können wir den Grill für irgendwas missbrauchen? Ich wüsste zwar nicht für was.
I needed to think of something else.
Schade. Haben wir irgendwas, was wir drauflegen könnten? Ah, nicht, dass ich wüsste. Nee, irgendwie nicht. Nun gut, wir können eventuell nochmal zu dem Boot rübergehen. Ich habe das Gefühl, dass der Speicherstand ein bisschen weiter hinten ist, als ich letztes Mal gespeichert habe. Weil wir gerade ein paar Dialoge nochmal durchgehen, die ich eigentlich schon kenne.
If I needed more help from Crab, I was going to need to charter his ferry. If I needed more help from Crab, I was going to need to charter his ferry.
Okay, also das ist bereits bekannt, da haben wir alle Optionen offensichtlich durch. Na gut.
Avast, mateys! Shiver me timbers! 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance, me hearties. Yo-ho!
What on earth are you talking about? I think your lighthouse might have lured in a loon, Moot.
I thought you were captains. Isn't this how captains talk?
Not outside a Treasure Island novel. Do you expect us to carry parrots on our shoulders, too? I tried that once in my life, and all I got was excrement down the back of my blazer.
Oh, right.
Ja, das ist auch so ein Ding, da redet niemand drüber, ne? Jeder hat einen Papagei auf der Schulter, aber die Geschichte, dass die ihren Dampf unter Kontrolle haben, ne, da will keiner drüber reden, ne? Ist klar.
Good evening.
It's about time you got here. I've been waiting for you.
You
Wirklich?
have?
Darn right. Give me another sarsaparilla, and be quick about it.
No, I'm not a waiter.
You're a captain? They keep getting younger and younger.
Nicht wahr?
They give you a free pair of floaties with your license nowadays?
Are you a captain?
I was, a long time ago. Captain Cuthbert Moot's the name. Now I'm the island's lighthouse keeper.
Ja, gibt es einen Weg ins Vor?
Is there a way into the fort?
Not without the key, and I'm the one in charge of that. Do you know the reason for the big walls, the sturdy gates, the barrels of gunpowder, and the big boomy cannons? To keep people out!
Ja, okay, das ist ein plausibler Grund, ja.
Can you turn on the lighthouse beacon?
I don't know if you know how lighthouses work, but they only need to be lit up when visibility is low.
Das Leuchtturm.
As far as I can tell, it's a clear night. So until I see fog pouring through that window, I'm not doing a thing.
Wie können wir denn hier Nebel entstehen lassen?
How come you're not captaining anymore?
I had a bit of a bump with a lighthouse.
Ein Unfall mit einem Leuchtturm.
If only lighthouses had some way of warning you they were there. The lighthouse keeper's nostrils huffed like a bull about to charge at a matador.
After I crashed the ship, I lost my job with the Bellemore Trading Company. What's more, I was taken off the Bellemore wedding guest list. Life's been one disappointment after another ever since. I used to be a king of the waves. Now I'm a bigger wreck than my ship.
Ja, okay, das macht das Alter.
You worked for the Bellemore Trading Company?
Once upon a time, I was the captain of the SS Mysterium, flagship of the Bellemore Trading Company fleet. I've captained more ocean voyages than you've taken baths. And I look like I should be hawking fish sticks at a market stall, but back then, I was at the top of my game, enjoying the finer things in life. Caviar in the finest restaurants, champagne at the finest resorts, dressing in the finest tuxedos. Oh, one little bump through my whole career down the plug hole.
I take it the Captain's Club doesn't compare.
It did once upon a time. This place used to be a model of a club. Now the only thing it'd be modeling would be a cardigan and a girdle.
Ja, okay. Ja, er sieht eventuell auch aus wie so einer, der Fischstäbchen verkauft. So ein veralteter Captain Ego, wie man aus der Werbung kennt. Ne? Ist ja klar. Das hatten wir alles schon mal. Aber ich gehe es jetzt trotzdem nochmal durch für den Fall, dass uns dann irgendetwas fehlt.
So you weren't invited to the Bellemore wedding?
No, I was snubbed. Years of captaining their flagship, and then I get forgotten like a dirty sock. I tried to convince Mrs. Craddock to add me to the list, but she's got a heart colder than a penguin's behind.
Sehr gut.
I was invited to the Bellemore wedding.
What? You never told me that.
You never asked. Yeah, not a direct invitation from the Bellemores, but I was invited as a +1.
Who invited you?
Na, wer
A
wohl?
lady named Tallulah LaRue,
Ja, genau.
Why didn't you go?
because she scared the hell out of me.
Zu Recht. Vollkommen zu Recht. Wäre er hingegangen oder hätte er sich darauf eingelassen, wäre er wahrscheinlich nicht mehr am Leben. Das gleiche gilt für den anderen Captain. Wäre er hingegangen, wäre er wahrscheinlich auch nicht mehr am Leben. Beide haben, und das wissen sie nicht, die richtige Entscheidung getroffen. Zumindest mal das Leben verlängert zu genießen.
Isn't it lucky that you didn't go to the Bellemore wedding?
Lucky? How by Neptune's beard could you call that lucky?
Because the whole wedding disappeared. Their lives were stolen from them, their souls trapped in a tormented house for eternity. If you'd have been there, you'd have disappeared too.
Oh, it just would have been nice to feel included. That's all.
Ach Gott. Na gut.
How did you not see the lighthouse?
I was busy at the time. What are you, the captaincy board?
Naja. Wie kann man, ja, wie übersieht man einen Leuchtturm?
But you managed to keep your captain's license?
In a manner of speaking, captaincy board has a sense of irony. After I crashed into the lighthouse, they made me take the job of lighthouse keeper to maintain my credentials.
Then shouldn't you be at the fort if you're the lighthouse keeper?
Ja.
Oh, it's a dreary place, and there's a damn fleabag cat there that won't leave me alone. Anyway, it's a clear night. If the fog comes in, I'll switch the light on. Otherwise, I'm staying right here.
Ja, was ist denn mit der Katze?
What's wrong with the cat?
Blacktail, you see these scratch marks on my nose?
Naja.
Damn thing jumps for my head every time the badge on my hat catches the light.
Ich glaube, das haben wir schon gelöst. Worauf er anspricht.
I better be off.
So long.
Good evening. My name's Murphy McCallan.
Good evening, Captain McCallan. Captain Gifford Pemberley at your service. That's right, I expect you've heard of me. Master of the Mississippi, tamer of the Tennessee, cuddler of the Colorado. Care to hit the table with me?
Auf jeden Fall.
Are you a famous riverboat captain?
You haven't heard of me?
Nee.
I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of experience with riverboats.
Don't tell me you're one of those jelly-legged sea captains.
Jelly-legged? At least we sea captains do proper sailing, with charts, by the stars, across vast seas and oceans, hundreds of miles from land.
So.
You riverboat captains only have two directions, upriver or downriver.
Ja.
Don't listen to him. He doesn't understand the perils of the riverways. I got my start in Baton Rouge. All I needed to do was teach the Mississippi that I was its master. If it wasn't going to do as it was told, it would get a damn good spanking until it fell in line.
So.
Have you been a member of the Captain's Club long?
I'd say so. I got my license when I was 25.
Okay.
When my uncle Augustus passed away, I sold his gumbo restaurant and purchased a diamond of a riverboat. I ran
Okay.
pleasure cruises up the waterways of Devil's Rock for years.
Are you still a captain?
Technically, but it's hard to put into practice when you no longer have a boat.
What happened?
I got a little overconfident drinking whiskey and gambled my riverboat away years ago.
Oh.
My wife left me because she said I had a gambling addiction.
Mhm.
I still think I can win her back.
Ja, natürlich. Ja, gar keine Spielsucht. Überhaupt nicht.
Were you the former captain of the Spirit Queen?
That's the one, dear boy.
So you must be interested in ghosts.
I beg your pardon.
Having named your riverboat the Spirit Queen.
It's not named after ghosts, boy. It's named after bourbon, gin, tequila, whiskey. Those are the spirits that haunt me.
Ja, okay, er hat ein leichtes Alkoholproblem offensichtlich.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but the Spirit Queen burned down.
Oh, what a sad day. I knew it would happen sooner or later. It was that damn fool Moray, wasn't it? He never loved her the way I did. She was one in a million. A personality as fierce as the Mississippi. A sway when she moved that could hypnotize any man. And curves in all the right places.
Are we still talking about a boat?
Ja, das ist eine berechtigte Frage. Leicht addicted zu Flussschiffen. Ganz leicht.
Are you going to patch things up with Mrs. Pemberley?
Oh, I'm trying. I had a bouquet of flowers delivered to her this morning.
Is there a florist in Dead Nettle?
No, I just took them out of that window box over by Moot. Don't tell Felix, or they'll end up on my tab.
Gut, dann gucken wir mal, was wir so spielen.
I'll join you in a game. What are we playing?
Billiards.
Natürlich.
Should I set her up?
It is set up. This isn't American billiards, boy. We're playing English billiards. A fine game which requires only 3 balls. A white for me, a yellow for you, and a red we share.
I haven't heard of English billiards before.
I learned it when I toured the gambling halls of London back in 1922. It's a game with far more depth and skill than pool or snooker. Points are awarded not just for potting, but by the flair with which strikes are accomplished. More points can be earned with a fanciful shot than by a simple pocketing.
So I'm not trying to get the balls in the little holes?
Look, I think we might be a bit out of your depth with this. Why don't we keep it simple? The winner is the one who can bounce the red ball off the cushions the most times.
I can do that.
Then let's play. I'm afraid it'll have to be with dry cues. For some reason, the billiard chalk's gone missing.
Das ist
I
ein bisschen
wonder how
sehr
that
ärgerlich.
happened.
Ja, wirklich, also. Das ist schon stark, was er da macht.
Sevens! Something to be proud of.
Ja, dann. Zeig mir mal, was wir können. Nämlich nichts. Ja, ganze 3. Ja.
3s. Too bad, Captain McCallum. It seems my standing as champion of the Captain's Club continues.
Ja, das können wir noch so oft machen. Wir werden einfach nicht gewinnen. Wir können ja auch nirgendwo. Da ist ein Blumenkasten. Das ist der Kasten, wo der Dude die Blumen rausgenommen hat.
Empty of flowers, I could see that the window box was securely attached to the club's masonry.
Jetzt die Frage, können wir dafür sorgen, dass Nebel entsteht? Wir können ja Schießpulver reinlegen.
That didn't work.
Schade. Oder einfach eine Rakete reinstecken?
That didn't work.
Okay, so können wir offensichtlich keinen Nebel erzeugen.
I couldn't do that.
Schade eigentlich. Oder, oh, Staubwedel. Können wir einfach mal ein bisschen Staubwedel, dann kommt in dem Fall alleine.
I needed to think of something else.
War eine Idee. Ansonsten haben wir nicht viel, womit wir Nebel erzeugen könnten.
It was the cotton flag that Crab, the ferryman, had given me, embroidered with his company logo.
Können wir den Dudes das Ding zeigen?
I didn't think he'd be interested in that.
Nicht.
What do you think of this wedding schedule?
I think it looks like a lucky escape.
Gelungene Flucht, auch schön.
What do you think of this wedding schedule?
For the Bellemore wedding? Oh, you're just rubbing a man's face in the life he missed out on.
Ja, genau.
The death he missed out on, more likely.
Oder das, ja. Tja. Ich sehe noch niemanden, der eventuell die andere Hälfte des Medaillons trägt, ne?
I didn't need to do that again.
Okay. Dann würde ich sagen, gehen wir nochmal zum Juwelier, in der Hoffnung, dass uns da irgendwer irgendwie helfen kann.
Welcome back!
Good evening, Mr. Crumb.
How can I help you?
Da kam schon dieses Geräusch. Man denkt, da ist irgendwas wichtig.
I'm looking for 3 keys.
No, unless they're the gem-encrusted keys to a lady's heart, I don't think I can help you. I'm a jeweler, not a locksmith.
Ja, ja.
Are these fossils for sale?
Goodness me, you're the second person today to ask me about them.
Let me guess. The first one was a gentleman called Muffy?
I didn't catch his name, but he pressed his face up against the cabinet so hard he left nose prints on the glass. Wouldn't stop asking questions about where I found them. Seemed to think they were from here on the island. Didn't have the heart to tell him I brought them all back from a vacation in Grimstone, Arizona. Total time waster. Who was he anyway? Friend of yours?
Na ja.
Not exactly. His name is Muffy Carlyle.
Of the Carlisle Provincial Accounts and Joint Stock Corporation?
Ja.
That's him.
You mean to tell me one of the richest men in the country was in my store? My store. Selling the finest watches, necklaces, jewelry, and rings? And all he wanted to talk about was rocks and bones?
Vollkommen
Excuse
richtig.
me. I feel a little faint.
Do you think I could buy a fossil?
You certainly can, if you can afford it.
Could I take it on account?
On account of what?
On account of me having no money. How come you're working so late?
Well, the wife's gone to visit her cousin Winnie for a few days. And if I stayed in my bedroom, I'd just start going loopy.
Okay, gut.
I think I'll just look around for now.
I'm here if you need me.
Hat mich jetzt auch nicht weitergebracht, als ich dachte.
What do you think of this necklace?
How quaint. Make it yourself?
Nee.
No, I found it.
It's a lovely example of folk art, I would say. Whittled by a sailor would be my guess.
Ah?
I think you're right. Is it worth anything?
Not a thing.
Das hätte ich vorher machen sollen. Vielleicht kann es der eine oder andere Seemann helfen. Glaube ich zwar nicht, aber wer weiß.
What do you think of this necklace?
Oh, very nice. A whittle too.
Ah.
Next time, you should try driftwood. It'll be brittle, but with some sweat and spittle and the right committal, a little whittle, and it'll turn out lovely.
Ja.
What do you think of this necklace?
How kitsch.
Wie kitschig.
What do you think of this necklace?
You know, I think I've seen that before. No idea where, though.
Hat schon mal gesehen, was aber nicht wo.
What do you think of this necklace?
You'll have to give a lady more than that if you want to impress her, Murphy.
Das ist mir klar. Das ist mir klar.
What do you think of this necklace?
That's some nice work. A lot of the sailors who worked the Bellemore ships used to make things like that.
Oh. Wer kann uns nett dazu nicht sagen? Schade.
What do you think of this flag?
Oh, you haven't chartered Crab's ferry, have you? That man steers his boat like it was a bumper car.
Ja, okay, das klingt jetzt nicht unbedingt vertrauenserregend, aber naja.
That didn't work.
Ja gut, sie würde uns
Work,
wahrscheinlich
damn
kaum
you!
helfen.
I thought I'd keep that to myself.
Ja. Okay. Im Fort de la Mort können wir wahrscheinlich nicht viel machen. Oder vielleicht doch?
That didn't work.
Schade. Aber wir haben Streichhölzer. Wo sind denn die? Ja.
In days gone by, invaders might have exploded gunpowder barrels to get through the fortress's thick and imposing walls. I decided I should use the gate.
Schade, aber eine gute Anspielung an die Guy Fawkes reiten.
That didn't work. I already had some gunpowder.
Zeig mal den Guten doch noch mal.
I didn't think he'd be interested in that.
Ja gut, dann nicht.
Hello again, Muffy. How's the fossil hunt going?
Terrible. This beach has just had too many people running around on it.
Zwei. Mit ihm. Und wir sind zwei.
What's that book over there on the table?
That's my research text, all about dinosaurs.
A paleontology textbook?
No, Dunstan the Dinosaur. A thrilling series of books for the young reader. And the reader who is young at heart.
Natürlich.
My favorite is Dunstan and the Mysterious Meteor from Mars.
Natürlich.
Well, good luck with your search.
I'll never give up. That's the dinosaur way.
Ja, ich kann ihn einfach nicht ernst nehmen. Das ist einfach zu absurd, was er hier tut.
I glanced at the book's cover and was more than surprised to read the title, Dunstan the Dinosaur, above a drawing of a bulbous yellow triceratops walking on two legs and wearing a bowler hat.
Hier könnten wir irgendwie oder sollten wir irgendwie dafür sorgen, dass es kalt wird, dass wenn da Geister auftauchen und bla und bla und bla. Aber wir können es ja gar nicht kälter machen. Wir haben ja noch nicht mal Wind. Oh, wir kommen auch gleich an die Kurbel ran. Oh?
I didn't think the rum runners would appreciate me offering to start up their jalopy for them.
Oh, wir können ein bisschen Wind machen.
I didn't need to blow on that.
Nicht. Was können wir da gesammelt werden, dass es kalt wird? Habe ich auch keine Antwort drauf.
I needed a way to make Mallory's tea more...
Nein, na egal.
I didn't need to drive the car.
Ist auch nicht. Ne? Wir können die Gangschaltung nicht ändern. Dann wirklich nur das Lenkrad. Und die Hupe natürlich.
looked to the bottom of the grave, but could only see dirt and darkness. I thought I'd leave Edgar alone for now.
Okay, da haben wir alle schon offensichtlich durch. Aber können wir noch was zeigen?
I didn't need to show.
Okay. Ha! Wir finden den Generator.
Without a second fuse installed, the dial refused to turn.
Ja, hier. Überbrücken können wir auch nicht, ne?
I couldn't do. I needed to think of something else. I didn't need.
Ach, halt, nein.
I didn't need.
Okay, also muss wirklich was Offensichtliches sein. Ich dachte, wir können mit dem Messer, aber das leicht mit dem Löffel vielleicht.
I couldn't do.
Und das reicht, wir brauchen wirklich eine Sicherung. Ich denke, das ist alles Metall, das leitet, ja? Mit dem Cemetery Man können wir auch nicht mehr reden. Hier ist auch echt nichts da, ne? Ach stimmt, ihr wisst jetzt, dass das helle Doris heißt. Ja, stimmt.
Doris! Cluck, cluck, cluck. Mark?
Nicht?
I'd bothered the chicken enough.
Na gut. Selbst hier ist nichts mehr zu holen.
The riverboat looked like it might collapse at any moment. There was no way I was going to explore it. I considered climbing the water tower, but I couldn't imagine what I'd find at the top other than stagnant, moldy water. And there was plenty of that in the bayou already. I couldn't do.
Eigentlich brauchen wir noch den Tee. Ach so, ja, warte mal.
Then we bribe the kindergarteners and use them for espionage.
Okay.
He's back.
Ihr verschwört euch gegen mich, das ist ja frech.
That didn't work.
Hm.
That wasn't going to work. The teapot was empty.
Oh.
Hey, leave that alone. I'm drinking it.
I thought you didn't like it.
Maybe it's an acquired taste.
I needed to think of something else.
Schade.
The cup of tea didn't need stirring.
Nicht.
I needed to think.
Was könnten wir denn tun? Dass wir einen benutzten Tee rankommen.
I didn't need to interrupt the tea party.
Why is he still here?
I have absolutely no idea.
I wasn't going to take Mallory's new friend away, even if he was encouraging her plans for world domination.
Sehr stark, dass sie mich angucken und dann so, warum ist er immer noch da? Ein bisschen weird.
The teapot was empty. Mallory's teacup sat undisturbed in front of her. She stared at it with a scowl that implied its choice of flavor was a personal slight. I didn't need to show her that. I didn't think he'd be interested in that.
Wir wissen einfach nicht, wem der Kram gehört. Ja,
The doors were firmly locked from the inside.
Oh, ja, können wir mit der MELASSE irgendwas machen? Ich befürchte nicht.
I couldn't.
Anzünden. What?
The instructions on the firework said that it needed to be placed into a launching tube before igniting it.
Eine Abschlussröhre?
I needed to think of.
Ja, wir haben doch hier die Plastikflasche.
I needed to think of something else.
Verflucht! Das ist ja ärgerlich. Oh, falsche Richtung.
I needed a way to make Mallory's tea more palatable.
Ach so, so einen schmackhafter machen. Ja, aber womit denn? Nee, hier wollte ich gar nicht hin. Nee, eigentlich auch nicht.
Welcome back.
Ja. Das hilft mir nicht weiter.
I couldn't do that.
Schade, ich dachte, das wäre so ein Ding. Ach stimmt, wir brauchen immer noch die Bibel.
I didn't need to show him that. I didn't.
Wo, wenn ich hier wäre?
I didn't need to search for a book right now. I already felt like I was in one.
Ja, das ist alles irgendwie richtig.
I already had a firework. I didn't need another.
Nicht. Und hier kommt ja nichts mehr raus.
There was nothing large that I needed to move.
Nicht.
wine racks were largely bare.
Ja, ja. Oh, können wir hier mit dem Giftkollegen reden? Kennt der sich ja mit Tee aus?
I had nothing else to say to the gardener.
Oh, come on. Er hat so viel Grün hier.
I didn't think he...
Ja, hier gibt's ja auch nichts mehr. Vielleicht gehen wir nochmal zu den Rumrunnern. Nee, nicht vor. Zu der Blüte.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. A silver collection plate sat on the crate. It wasn't doing much collecting anymore. An electric fan blew air across to the rum runners as they struggled with the Louisianan humidity.
Ja.
I needed to think of something else.
Das ist ja ein wilder Punkt, an dem wir sind.
That wasn't going to work. An electric fan blew air across.
Wie kriegen wir die denn da hin und weg? Oh, ich bin hier hinten lang.
I couldn't see anything to do. Now wasn't the time for a sit-down.
Psst. Did you hear that, boss?
We must be imagining things. What did you say the first sign of paranormal activity was?
A drop in temperature, boss.
Ah, wie kriegen wir die Temperatur runtergeregelt?
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
Ja, offensichtlich CD ist ja Eis. Aber wo kommt der Eis her? Gegen Wasser, ne? Aber.
The bottle I was carrying would be a better I didn't need to keep it hotter.
Okay, jetzt haben wir Wasser.
I needed to think of... I did...
Reicht das schon? Einen Moment.
Then we stockpiled the...
Quiet!
Watering the tea down would have been just as unpalatable to Mallory, just in a different way.
Schade, aber es war eine Idee.
I didn't need to refill the tea. I needed to think of something else.
Tee denn genießbar? Mit Zucker oder mit Honig? Haben wir das irgendwo? Ich denke nicht. Oder? Haben wir irgendwo Lebensmittel? Wir hatten mal einen Teil der Torte, ja, der ist war weg. Es muss doch irgendwas ganz Offensichtliches sein, sonst soll ich die ganze Zeit nicht hier rumlaufen wie Falschgeld. Was ist denn süß? Und was lässt sich mischen? Was ist süß und lässt sich mischen? Offensichtlich kein Alkohol. Ein Glas rum.
Leave it there, boy. I'm saving it for the toast.
I was pretty sure the Colonel would prefer something with more of a kick.
Ja, das ist klar, aber ich dachte, wir schütten das Ding bei uns rein.
That wasn't going to work.
Tja!
I didn't need to take it again. Das ist der gleiche, ja, alles ist das gleiche bloß rückwärts, beziehungsweise hier vorwärts. Das hilft mir nicht weiter. Melasse ist jetzt auch nichts, was irgendwie geschmacklich relevant wäre, ne? Tja, das ist abschlussbar. Achso, können wir da die Rakete reinstecken? Wirklich? The firework dropped snugly into the drain pipe. If it needed a launch tube to fire, this was the closest I was going to get.
Ja, aber wofür?
I took a match out of the matchbook, dragged it against the striker, and lit the firework.
Warum geht das? Hey! Oh! Hübsch! So viele auch, von einer einzigen Rakete! Unlogisch. So, und welchen Effekt hatte das jetzt? Das war schon schön. Hm. Hm.
There was nothing large that I needed to move.
Nee.
I picked up another firework.
Warum ging das? Haben wir immer noch. Sprechholz haben wir immer noch. Wir können das noch. Wir könnten das gleich nochmal machen, aber wofür?
That didn't work.
So, kann ich was rauslöffeln eigentlich?
That wasn't going to work.
Hey.
Then we take over.
I did.
Ich glaube zwar nicht, dass der Kapitän oder der ehemalige Kapitän, also der Leuchtturmwerfer, dass der das Feuerwerk gesehen hat.
The lighthouse keeper slumped in his chair. I had nothing else to say to... Hello again, Captain Pemberley.
Welcome back, Captain McCallan.
I'd like a rematch at English billiards.
Thinking you can beat what I hit before? Step right up.
Noch frei.
Threes. Too bad, Captain McCallan. It seems my standing as champion of the
Er
Captain's
spielt schon
Club
gar nicht mehr, weil er
continues.
sowieso 7 hat man mehr. Okay.
The billiard table was already occupied.
Ja.
That didn't work.
Oh.
I thought I'd keep that to myself.
Wofür Wasser? Ach so, warte mal. Ist das sinnvoll, dir meine Lizenz zu zeigen?
What do you think of my captain's license?
I knew a man named Captain Knott. Are you related?
I'm going to say no.
Good thing, too. I couldn't stand the man. Had to throw him out a window after I caught him cheating at billiards.
Okay, das hatten wir auch vor.
What do you think of my captain's license?
I think it's a serious oversight that you have one.
Nett.
While I was trapped on Devil's Rock, a map of the world wasn't going to be much use to me.
Nur die Blumen gießen? Das ist eigentlich Quatsch, aber...
Nope.
Nö.
The puppet show hadn't started yet. If I needed more help from...
Ich weiß nicht, wo es weitergeht. Keine Ahnung. Wo kriegen wir den Temperature Drop her? Wo ist die Bibel vom Pfarrer? Oder vom Pastor? Wie kommen wir an... Tja, die Glasfuhr, das wollte ich gerade schon sagen. Ja. Ja, ja, ja. Ja, ja, ja. So viele Baustellen. Frosche.
I didn't need to do that again.
Weil die Katze nicht mehr da ist.
That wasn't going... I could... The barrel had tipped to the floor, scattering gunpowder across the stone slabs.
Einfach anzünden.
In days gone by,
Ja, ja.
I didn't need... That didn't work. I needed to think... That wasn't going to... Blocking my entrance into the fort was a sturdy iron gate.
Ja, ist richtig.
I couldn't get to the staircase while the gate was locked.
Oh, das ist ärgerlich. Das gibt's doch gar nicht.
was strange to... I needed a way...
Ja, du musst einen Tee schmackhaft. Aber womit? Womit macht man Tee schmackhafter? Nix, was wir haben, sorgt dafür.
It was strange to think that... I didn't need... I didn't need...
Ist ja noch was, was wir mit Wasser füllen können. Der Garten.
I didn't need to... There was no... I didn't need to water the...
Okay, also...
I had nothing else to say to the gardener.
Das gibt's doch gar nicht.
There was no... The fountain had long...
Oh, wie nervig, wenn man nicht weiterkommt.
I didn't have anything to talk to him about.
Den Geistern können wir nicht reden, weil wir nicht wollen, weil wir nichts zu sagen haben. Oder wie?
Good evening, Father Foskett.
Hello again, my child.
We three kings of Jackson Square, selling stockings a nickel a pair.
Oh, how drastic, no elastic, not very safe to wear. I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from.
Hier ein unusual hymn. Stark.
Are you prepared for the ceremony?
In every way, except one. I still haven't found my Bible.
Shouldn't you be looking for it?
Ja.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Furthermore, I have no idea where to look. But I would very much like to see it returned to me.
Aber doch nicht von alleine.
I best be heading off.
May God be with you.
Good evening, Colonel.
What?
Ja.
The Battle of Bourbon Bay. What a glorious day that was.
Was?
Good evening, Colonel.
What? Potatoes, onions, and corned beef. Delicious.
Sagt einfach irgendwas. Okay.
The pot was practically empty again, with only a few drops of liquid wax left at the bottom.
Ja, gut, brauchen wir nicht.
Now wasn't the time to rearrange the furniture.
Nicht. Das gibt's doch gar nicht.
Welcome back, Murphy McCallan. Take a seat.
Vielleicht kannst du uns ja weiterhelfen.
I have some more questions.
Ask away.
Are you the one people in the house call the parlor witch?
I've heard that they do. The Bellemore brothers approached me to help research the coffin stone. The brothers did everything they could to understand it. A never-ending investigation into science and the supernatural, ranging from the Atlantic to the Pacific. To my deep regret, I was never able to find a way to destroy the stone's power. With no way to destroy it, the only option was to lock it away where no one could find it.
In the vault beneath the house?
That's right. Deep below the house, within a labyrinth of caves, where we pray no one finds it.
The last time I messed around with this kind of thing, I ended up releasing an evil spirit.
Yes, I sensed what happened with Dr. Moray. I'm afraid that man was lured in by theatrics and promises of power he never actually held.
It looked like he had powers to me.
Rackham's spirit had been reaching out for someone he could dupe. But Rackham was always the puppeteer. Moray had no powers whatsoever, except for those manifested by Rackham.
Okay.
Does Rackham have powers of his own?
I'm afraid he does, Murphy. Although I discovered that far too late, to our great cost. I like to think of myself as knowledgeable about magic, but even I'm not sure what twisted powers Rackham wielded to project himself outside of the house. He seems to have power over visions and nightmares, and use that to put his plan into action.
Is it voodoo?
No.
But the summoning spell that I cast, that seemed like voodoo.
The manuscript you carry in your pocket is far older than the origins of voodoo in this region. It is a real spell. The icons of voodoo that adorn it are merely a distraction. I suspect Rackham has a knowledge of magic far older.
So it's a forgery?
More something in disguise.
Why couldn't he get Dr. Moray to cast a summoning spell?
A wise question. Magic doesn't work equally for everyone. Each spell depends on the person who casts it.
Yeah.
Some spells work only for someone whose heart believes. Others work only for the person who rightfully owns the talisman. Some spells, no matter how much is invested in them, simply don't work at all. Moray was the bait, but Rackham needed someone more attuned to actually complete the spell.
I traded Dr. Moray for the gree-gree that enabled the summoning spell.
No, Murphy. Moray may have been the broker, but you cast your trade into his spirit pool. You traded Rackham for the gree-gree, the same gree-gree that unleashed that terrible spell on Abigail.
I should get back to trying to open the vault.
May fate be in your favor, Murphy.
Ja, aber wie? Tja, das hilft mir alles irgendwie nicht weiter.
I didn't need to die. I didn't need to die. I didn't need to.
Oh, was machen wir denn jetzt?
I needed a way to make Mallory's tea more
Ja, ich
palatable.
weiß, aber womit? Hier liegt nirgendwo Zucker rum.
Hello again, Mrs. Craddock.
Oh ja, das stimmt, aber vergessen anzusprechen.
I heard you didn't send a wedding invitation to Captain Moot.
Well, of course he didn't receive an invitation. He was dismissed from his employment weeks before the wedding for crashing the flagship of the Bellemore fleet.
He's very upset about it. Don't years of service outweigh one accident?
Accident? I suppose you never learned exactly why he crashed the ship, did you?
Actually, no, I didn't.
We discovered that Captain Moot used to invite ladies up to the bridge after hours.
Ach so.
Dozens of ladies over the years.
Wow.
He'd take them on moonlit cruises around the island and, goodness gracious me, paint them with no clothes on. Draped over the ship's wheel, stretched out in the rigging, dangling from the anchor. Apparently, he must have gotten a bit too carried away with his brushstrokes on the final painting, because he didn't see the rocks the ship crashed into.
That would certainly be distracting.
Indeed.
Ja, genau. Das Auflaufen auf dem Felsen war beim Malen bestimmt sehr ablenkend. So rum. Was für ein Schwerenöter.
I'll leave you to get on with your work.
How thankful I am for life's little blessings.
Nun, ja.
I didn't think she'd be interested in that.
Die Frage ist jetzt, sollten wir das Captain Moot so erzählen?
Good evening, Captain Moot.
If you say so.
I found out why Mrs. Craddock rescinded your invitation. You were caught painting naked ladies on the ship's bridge. That's why you crashed the ship.
Maybe that's true, but you'd think she'd have been more understanding about the whole thing.
Why's that?
She was the naked lady I was painting when we crashed.
Warum war sie denn dann so empört darüber?
I better be off.
So long.
Ja. Das ist eine lustige Geschichte. Dutzende von Frauen. Darunter auch ich. Also, sagt sie. Also, hat sie verschwiegen. Wir sollten das mal klarstellen.
I had nothing else to say to her.
Oh, schade. Jetzt, wo es lustig wird. Oder wo kriege ich denn jetzt irgendwas? Honig? Honig? Bienen? Sollte es so einfach sein? Ich glaube nicht.
The barrel had smashed on the ground, revealing its dark, syrupy sweet contents. Molasses.
Ich muss mal eben ganz kurz gucken, was Melasse ist. Also jetzt mal, was der Begriff sagt mir überhaupt nichts. Es ist einfach Zuckersirup. Oh Mann. Und ich laufe hier die ganze Zeit rum.
I dunked the teaspoon into the molasses.
Ich dachte, das wäre sonst was, ey. Wenn einem deutsche Vokabeln fehlen. Oder wenn man nicht packt oder keine Ahnung was macht. Oh nein. Das ist doch nicht zu fassen. Und ich laufe hier rum und denke mir, wieso finde ich denn nichts? Ich habe schon gedacht, diese schwarze Flüssigkeit tut hier irgendwas, dann ist das einfach Zuckersirup. Passt das gerade nicht. Ja, auch mir fehlen manchmal Vokabeln in meiner eigenen Sprache.
Then we hypnotize the middle schoolers to be our Imperial Guard.
Oh, we've got company.
What did you just put in my tea?
Try it now.
Careful, Mallory. It could be poisoned.
Auf jeden
Does
Fall.
this dope look smart enough to brew poison?
Nein.
Good point. We'd probably give it a taste test. Bottoms up, my girl. Drink on.
Mmm. Hey, that tastes pretty good.
So.
I thought you'd like it.
Sure did. I drank the whole cup.
Habe ich jetzt die Tasse mitnehmen?
Let me clear this away for you.
Good, Butler. You shall be spared the dungeons.
Danke. Jetzt habe ich getrunkenen Tee.
Then we blackmail the teachers with the things I saw on New Year's.
Oh.
Loose lips, Mallory.
I didn't need it anymore. The teapot was empty.
Yeah. Was hat sie denn an Neujahr bei den Lehrern gesehen? So reicht es jetzt, wenn wir Schritt für Schritt vorgehen und jetzt das der Madame bringen? Also reicht das zum Vorankommen oder das ist die falsche Tür?
Welcome back, Murphy McCann.
Ja.
I've brought you the tea leaves.
Wonderful. That will work to contact Yardley.
Madame,
Be
bitte.
quiet now, Murphy. I need to concentrate. Yardley Bellemore, heed our plea. Where was your life stolen from thee? I sense a crypt, deep below the ground, where Yardley, unknown to him, has been drugged. Among alcoves of the dead, Yardley is still alive as brick by brick. He is being entombed within the crypt. The drug may wear off, but he has no means of escape. Trapped! Look at the painting! Yardley's body is still bricked up inside that crypt. The sanctuary crypt. You must find a way inside. There is a tunnel, once used for safety, but now used for salvation. Something in Yardley's bedroom will help you.
Und jetzt geht die Tür auf. Okay. Die haben ihn lebendig eingemauert? Okay. Interessant. Ich hoffe nur, dass wir nicht nur das dort finden, sondern auch Sachen, die uns bei den anderen beiden Brüdern helfen. Ja, okay. Gar nicht übertrieben. 15 Milliarden Klamotten, Scheinwerfer statt Lampen, also statt Deckenlampen. Gasflaschen, eine Maschine. Hat er Lachgas verabreicht? Ein Lied. Himmel, sind das viel Kram hier. Das ist ja Barbie? Ja, von mir aus. Das ist ja verrückt.
Looking good, Murphy. 2 tanks stood beside the dressing table, absent of any information of what was inside them. It was a machine hooked up to tanks with hoses and labeled Property of the Calliope Theater, Dead Nettle.
Dead Nettle hat ein Theater?
The machine looked ready to operate. All it needed was a blast from the tanks.
Ja, aufdrehen, let's go.
I opened the tap on the gas tank. Nozzles hissed, a cloud of cold mist billowed out, and from the machine came a smattering of dry ice. I couldn't pick up the dry ice with my bare hands.
Da hat einen Punkt.
Without some insulation, the dry ice would have evaporated within minutes.
Wie soll ich denn das isolieren? Mit was denn?
That wasn't going to work. That didn't work.
Den hab ich nicht mehr.
Nope.
Das ist klar.
I collected the dry ice in the flask. That would keep it from melting, at least for the time being.
Aber mit den Händen anfassen konnte ich's, oder was? Okay.
The chest contained only a myriad of theatrical costumes, not one of which I wanted to wear around the island.
Verstehe ich gar nicht.
I had more urgent things to do than cozy up with a book.
Wie soll mir denn das jetzt... Okay. Mehr als diese blöde Trockeneismaschine gibt es hier nicht zu holen? Das ist seltsam. Gut. Suddenly, the temperature drops, ne? Wo ist er hier? Ah, okay, es dauert.
I'm getting the shivers, boss. It feels like I got a brain freeze, and I ain't even slammed down a snow cone.
You don't got a brain to get from.
Danke, das wollte ich auch
It
gerade
is
sagen.
feeling chilly, though, ain't it?
That's the first sign of ghosts, boss.
Don't be a crybaby. But just for safety, what's the second sign of ghosts?
The ghost's presence begins to interfere with the electric fields, most commonly seen manifesting as flickering lights.
Flickering lights. So.
The sticker read, "Property of the Dead Nettle Police Department, not to be removed."
Müssen wir jetzt tatsächlich zum Bellemore Manor rüber? Die Sicherung aus der Nebelbühne rausnehmen und dann da einsetzen? Sollte es wirklich so sein? So, dann Keller.
Looking at the fuse box, it was clear to see why the barrel lift no longer moved. The fuse had blown, taking the small glass cover with it.
Ja, okay, dann nehmen wir
With
doch.
questionable regard for my own safety, I pulled the damaged fuse from its socket.
Sicher ist sicher.
Knowing the erratic surges of electricity that must have been flowing through the wire into the barrel lift, I decided it was wiser not to do any more rewiring.
Schade, ich dachte, wir könnten das Kabel mitnehmen. So ein Zufall, dass die Sicherung durchgebrannt ist. Merkwürdig an der Stelle. So, können wir nicht irgendwie... Achso, konnten wir nicht irgendwie auf die... Ah. Ein bisschen Zeit reinholen hier.
If flickering lights were what would scare the rum runners, it was time to do some rewiring.
Oh.
I turned the dial to redirect the electricity through the faulty fuse.
Boss! The lights are flickering!
That's gotta be a coincidence.
Ja, klar.
A sign of ghosts!
Oh.
What did you say the third sign of paranormal activity was, Morris?
The tolling of a bell!
Das Läuten einer Glocke? Wie soll ich denn jetzt eine Glocke zum Läuten bringen? Das Läuten einer Glocke ist eine Anzeige für Geister? Seit wann denn das?
The top of the stained glass window consisted of 4 circles, each surrounded by 4 leaf-shaped pieces.
Vor allem, wo gibt es denn hier eine Glocke?
That didn't work. I needed to think.
Hä? Die 2, 3 Rätsel, die wir jetzt gemacht haben, liefen so gut.
Good evening, Edgar. Is that the sanctuary crypt in the hillside?
That's right. Must be the oldest crypt in the cemetery.
Is there a way inside?
Not that I know of. I've never been in there. I don't think it's been used for centuries. There's a local legend that a tunnel runs into the crypt from the church. An old escape route. But if it's real, I've never found it.
Ja, was ist
What's that carving on the front of the sanctuary crypt?
Beats me. Just a fancy schmancy decoration, I assumed. But now that you mention it, I do think I've seen that pattern somewhere before.
Eventuell in der Kirche? Am Buntglasfenster?
I best be running along.
Goodbye.
I couldn't see any way to open the crypt door. Not a doorknob, not a keyhole. Whoever sealed this up intended to seal it up for good.
Sollen wir die Hupe irgendwie verdecken?
That didn't work.
Das klingt jetzt ja jetzt nicht wie eine Glocke, ne? Da sind wir uns, glaube ich, einig.
I didn't need... I didn't... I...
Das habe ich auch schon probiert, ne?
That did... I didn't need to...
Tja...
I didn't...
Was klingt denn wie eine Glocke? Hier ist ja kein Glockenturm drin.
I couldn't risk going up to the window while the rum runners were around.
Verstehe ich, verstehe ich.
I couldn't see anything to do with the statue. That didn't work.
Da hast du Glockenseil, oh Gott, hab ich gleich gesehen.
If the tolling of a bell was the third sign of ghostly activity, it was time to ring in the witching hour.
The bell! A chill in the air. Flickering lights. Tolling of the bell.
Do you think it's...
Ghost! Run for your life!
Tschüss. Auf Wiedersehen.
Start, you blasted car!
Why are we not moving, Musket?
Because out of that long line of automobiles on Delancey Street, you decided to steal something less reliable than a politician's promise! Start, you rust bucket!
It started, Musket.
There we go. And now we floor it.
Oh. Whoops.
We crashed, Musket.
I can see that we crashed, Morris. Well, there's only one thing we can do.
What's that, boss?
Run!
Run for our lives!
So schlecht kann es ihnen ja nicht gehen, wenn sie noch dran denken können, wegzulaufen, ohne es auch noch tun. Herrlich.
The window is even more beautiful in person, adorning the altar below it like a crown. And that's when I noticed something. Below the window was a cross-shaped indentation in the wood that made me think something was missing. I pressed the indentation, but nothing happened. It seemed like it was meant for something specific. At the back of my mind, I had the notion I'd seen a crucifix of the same shape somewhere before.
Ja klar, das sind die Kreise aus der Gruft, das kann man sehen. Das Blau lenkt ab, man denkt, es ist genau an, also naja, man sieht es. Und hier ist zufälligerweise eventuell die Bibel des Pastors.
Taking the book, I realized it was an old Bible, with a thicker layer of dust than a nudist's summer wardrobe.
Ob der Vergleich jetzt, aber ja, egal. Will ich sauer machen?
I didn't have time for housework. It was a leather-bound Bible that was falling apart at the spine.
Hoppala. Da steht unten aber noch was. Finde das Kreuz im Licht, denn es gewährt dir sicheren Durchgang. Dann gehen wir jetzt... Oh.
At night, the colors of the stained glass window were impossible to make out.
Ja, wir müssen wahrscheinlich Licht hinkriegen. Ist ja auch so, also... Gut, ich glaube, das wird wohl Feuer sein, was hier gemalt ist. Auf jeden Fall gibt es da, dass hier Licht da durchscheint. Wir brauchen...
The text read, "In the light find the cross, for it shall bring you safe passage."
Ja, es ist schon... offensichtlich. Jetzt müssen wir zum Bellemore Manor. Oha. Aha, die Kurbel.
I picked up the starter crank from the jalopy seat.
Wer weiß, wozu die gut ist. Früher oder später. Oh, das ist
The
Naht.
stitching was too tight to undo with my hands. Pressing into it, I could feel the seat's springs right below the worn material.
War die vorher auch schon da? Hab ich nur nicht gesehen?
Deciding the jalopy was so beat up that a little more damage wouldn't be noticed, I cut open the stitch.
Hat er recht. Ne
I pulled the spring
Feder.
from the ripped seat cushion.
Natürlich. Was für ein Auto ist alles hergeplötzlich?
I didn't need to drive the car.
Warum wir auch immer noch hupen können, was überhaupt keinen Sinn ergibt. Wir gehen jetzt natürlich zuerst zum Bellemore Manor und dann gehen wir nach Bellemore. Ne? Dann geben wir die Feder unserer Journalistin, damit die wieder drucken kann. Ist ja klar. So, hallo, wir haben da was für Sie. Mr. Fortschritt.
Is this the Bible you've been looking for?
My word! That it is, my boy! Oh, where did you find it?
Fallen down the side of a cabinet back in St. Juniper's church.
People do say they find faith in the most unexpected places, but down the side of furniture is certainly one of the most common. I'm most indebted to you. Is there anything I can give you to show my appreciation?
Actually, I did have my eye on that crucifix you're wearing.
Komischer Tausch.
Are you looking for spiritual guidance, my child?
Ja,
absolutely. Particularly if it guides me to something hidden in St. Juniper's church.
Then I shall give it to you with my deepest thanks.
So.
Let it guide you to where you want to go.
Terra pestem tenetum, salus hic maneto. Ach nee, das war von Sinclair. Naja, fast.
It was an ornate metal crucifix scratched and tarnished from centuries of use.
Ja, spannend. Ich hätte nicht erwartet, dass der
What
Pater
a
einfach
relief. My Bible returned to me. Why, if I hadn't gotten it back, we would have had to cancel the wedding.
Nein! Wie blöd! Nein! Um unser Ziel zu erreichen, die Hochzeit zu verhindern, musst du ihm die Bibel zurückgeben, was jetzt dazu führt, dass die Hochzeit stattfinden kann. Ah! Wie blöd! Das ist wie beim Zauberwürfel. Man muss erst eine Seite kaputt machen, um die anderen Seiten zu bekommen. Das ist, ja. Nicht erfreulich, aber auch nicht zu ändern. Und wie hieß es doch so schön, ne? Wenn man die Welt retten möchte, muss man auch ab und zu alten Patern ihre Bibel wiedergeben. Oder so.
The crucifix slid smoothly into the indentation, like the final piece in a jigsaw puzzle.
Ha! Das sind Tasten. Orange, blau, dunkelblau und rot. Na, jetzt wird's aber witzig.
I pressed the button and the panes of glass in the window above seemed to change, but it was hard to tell at night. Without sunlight behind them, all the colors were indistinguishable from one another.
Ja.
I knew I was on the right track, but at this time of night, the colors of the window were dark and indistinguishable. If only it had been dawn.
So viel Zeit haben wir gar nicht.
I knew I was on the right track. If only it had... I knew I was on... If only...
Ach, er macht überhaupt gar nicht weiter ohne Licht. Aber können wir den Wagen da nicht hinlenken?
I didn't need to drive the car.
Warum nicht? Das Ding hat doch Licht hier vorne.
I needed to think of something else.
Hä? Toll. Jetzt komme ich nicht in die Gruft, weil es draußen zu dunkel ist. Okay, dann machen wir das offensichtlich zuerst. Wir gehen nach Dead Nettle und geben unserer Pressedame die Feder.
You were built for this. Do it.
Ja, wenn die Feder.
Maybe if I put that there.
Hier.
Come on.
Maybe this will help?
What do you think you're doing?
Helfen.
I fixed it for you.
I'm going to need to recalibrate the whole thing now.
No need to say thank you.
Echt mal. Was für kalibrieren? Funktioniert doch.
You're lucky. There's something fishy about you, Murphy McCallan. I can smell a story on a person like rotten eggs in an egg salad. And currently it's the 4th of July summer picnic and someone forgot to put the bowl in the refrigerator last night.
So faul.
I picked up the freshly printed sheet of paper.
Steenbergen Druckerpressenmanufaktur.
It was a typesetter's calibration sheet.
Ja, das ganze Alphabet in Großbuchstaben, in Kleinbuchstaben, Nummer 1 bis 0, also 190 und ein paar Sonderzeichen. Nett. Achso, es geht ja gar nicht. Da war's. Speichern. Ah, okay, es gibt unendlich viele Speicherseiten, also, ne? Ja. Kommt denn jetzt die Musik auf einmal her? Tagebuch. Ah, ich hätte gerne... Nee, ich will keine Hints.
Yes?
Hi.
Hmm.
I'm trying to track down 3 dead bodies.
A serial killer? In Dead Nettle? This could be gold. When did this happen? This morning? Last night?
No,
Nee, vor ein
no.
paar Jahren.
33 years ago.
33 years ago! That's not journalism, that's archaeology.
Das stimmt.
Am I right in thinking you're not from around here?
Good call, McAllen. Santa Monica, California. Born and bred. Hadn't even been to Devil's Rock before I got the job. The divine irony is that I got this job due to a misleading ad in a newspaper.
Ach.
Seeking newspaper editor for dynamic community. Exciting stories. Amazing opportunities.
Ja.
What nonsense. But now I'm here. Nonsense is all I have to write about.
Ist das nicht bei jeder Stellenausschreibung so?
Why did you stay in Dead Nettle?
I came down with a horrible case of temporary insanity.
Health issues?
No, I started dating a notary named Jonathan. Right after I'd taken out a mortgage, I stumbled across his dalliances with the fishmonger's wife, the ironmonger's wife, and the cheesemonger's wife. Knowing his type, I decided I'd become a warmonger, and I set fire to his belongings. I last saw him picking through his charred underpants on my front porch. Now he's off in Rancho Cucamonga with some flapper named Anastasia, and I'm still financially tied to this island.
Interessante Geschichte.
What are you working on now?
A clarification. A local dancer's moving off the island and looking to get rid of some furniture. But my piece asking if there was any interest in Hoochie Coochie dancer Lulu Leroy's huge chest got a much bigger response than we expected. And not for the right reasons.
Oh. Na gut.
I think I better be going.
My door's always open. I broke the hinge earlier.
Okay.
I didn't need to bother Evelyn again by messing with the printing press.
Brauche ich nicht ein Schriftstück, um vorwärts zu kommen für den anderen Bruder? War da nicht was? Ach so, Moment.
Well, look who it is. Murphy, I've been hearing talk of someone wandering the island on a crime spree. And look who comes walking through the door.
Was für ein
I
Zufall.
can explain.
Explain what? We've got no time for your blabber. I need your help to catch him. You're an auditor, aren't you?
Ja.
I used to be.
You must be used to prying that big nose of yours into other people's business.
Ja.
Big nose.
It's a honker, Murphy. Now, put it to good use and help me sniff out who this Devil's Rock devil is.
Um wen geht's denn überhaupt? Sind wir das
What's he
vielleicht?
been up to?
Given age-restricted voodoo artifacts to an 8-year-old, let loose a dangerous domesticated alligator, broken into Bellemore Manor, trespassed at Baxter's Mill, handled prohibited alcohol, recklessly knocked over historic explosives, impersonated the dead, and, get this, bellowsed a chicken.
The monster.
Ja!
Know anything about it?
Nee, noch nie gehört.
Can't say that I do.
Well, keep your eyes open. If a good and just citizen like me allows those with such wickedness to get away with their heinous deeds, then what has become of us as a society?
Ja.
Is that really the reason?
Of course
Nein.
not. I might sell some newspapers out of this.
Ja. Ich dachte, sie ist Journalistin. Wie kann an ihr so viel Kram vorbeigehen, was wir alles gemacht haben? Keine gute Journalistin. Zumindest nicht aufmerksam genug. Ah. Ja, okay. Sie wird uns bestimmt noch irgendwie zu irgendwas hilfreich sein. Wollte ich zu Bellemore Manor? Nee, eigentlich brauche ich ja Licht, ne? Aber wo kriege ich Licht her? Doch! Wir wollten zu Bellemore Manor, weil wir gucken wollten, ob das Schriftstück, was wir jetzt haben, ausreichend ist, um den zweiten Bruder zu beschwören. Ich gehe jetzt zwar nicht davon aus, man kann es aber probieren. Und vielleicht hilft es ja schon weiter, vielleicht geht eine andere Tür auf und. Es ist viel zu viele vielleicht.
Welcome back.
Es fürs Ouija-Board, natürlich.
I found something that could be used as a spirit board.
Ja.
Yes, that will work. Even if it will take a lot of concentration on my part.
Ach, ohne Hilfe, mit dem Finger oder wie? Kein Glas, kein nichts? Spannend.
Cecil Bellemore, we now implore. Where do you rest forevermore? I sense a hidden place. A laboratory known only to Cecil. A secret refuge for study and invention, and desperate attempts to reconcile science and the supernatural that has been followed. Unknown to Cecil, someone lies in wait in the darkness and is about to look at the painting.
Das sieht nicht gut aus. Er ist erstochen worden. Eine Durchstoßlegende.
Cecil's body lies in a hidden laboratory.
Toll!
You must find it. Cecil never told anyone where he conducted his work. But in happier times, he created a treasure hunt for his brothers, were they ever to seek him out. That is your lifeline, Murphy. Follow the trail of clues to reach that laboratory.
Oof.
I sense the first clue lies in Cecil's bedroom.
Toll, eine Schatzsuche! Naja, immerhin. So haben wir nicht nichts. Warum sind die Zimmer von den Brüdern voller Zeug?
The bag was empty of everything but papers covered in an unintelligible scrawl. The books covered all manner of scientific subjects, magnetism, thermodynamics, chemistry, and much more, none of which I had the time or understanding to read.
Okay.
I searched through the pockets of the lab coat. To my surprise, I found something. A small silver coin.
Eine Silbermünze. Damit kann ich erstmal überhaupt.
There was nothing else in the pockets of the lab coat.
Das ist auch schon wieder so geil, ne? Diese ganze Szene ist voller Gegenstände. Und man kann sich nur die wenigsten davon angucken.
The apparatus looked like the handiwork of a mad scientist. I thought it was best not to mess with it. Who knew what sort of reaction I might set off?
Irgendeine Reaktion wird es wohl geben, ne? Die Frage ist nur, was dann passiert. Also eine sogenannte Was passiert dann Maschine.
I'd already carried a shrunken head around earlier that night. I didn't want to start a trend by lugging around other unnerving abominations. And I especially didn't want this one talking to me.
Du musst nur freundlich grüßen, Murphy. Das ist alles. Das haben wir jetzt gelernt.
It was an old silver coin. At its center were 2 lines of text, but they were too small to read with the naked eye.
Der, hier in Nettle, der Fossilenhändler, wollte ich gerade sagen, der Dingenshändler. Gemischtwarenladenhändler, der Schmuckhändler, wie heißt denn das richtig? Der Juwelier, jetzt ist richtig. Man geht doch im Laufe des Spiels ganz schön hin und her, ne? Aber gut, dass es den Shortcut gibt. Gut, dass mir das rechtzeitig eingefallen ist. Immer geile Musik, war doch schön.
Welcome back!
Could I use your microscope to look at this coin I found?
Oh! Are you a fellow fan of numismatics?
I prefer the old ones.
Yeah, never mind. Go right ahead.
Was? Bevor ich jetzt wieder rumlaufe wie Falschgeld, gibt ja Begriffe, die einem nicht so ganz leicht fallen. Numismatik. Ah, Münzkunde. Okay, ja. Die wissenschaftliche Beschäftigung mit Geld in seiner Geschichte. Alles klar. So ein Sammlerding. Das ist ja auch der Witz, ich bevorzuge gute alte Mathematik. So, das ist schon fürs Grobe, ne? Ja, Tatsache. Ja.
With the microscope calibrated, the coin's writing came into focus. It read, "Into the palm of a prince." The inscription must have been a clue in Cecil's treasure hunt. I just had to find the prince's palm he was referring to.
Das ist, glaube ich, relativ einfach. In dem Garten von Bellemore Manor steht doch eine Statue, wo der Gärtner gesagt hat, da gibt es eine Geschichte zu, das ist eine Geschichte von einem Prinzen. Korrekt? Dem war doch so. Genau, und der hält sogar die Hand auf. Guck mal einer an. Also, schau mal einer guckt. Dann geht nämlich der Springbrunnen zur Seite und dann geht's da runter.
Following the inscription on the coin and realizing that the metallic statue depicted an Indian prince, I took a close look at the statue's palm. For the first time, I noticed a slight circular indentation, about the size of a coin. I placed the coin into the statue's hand. It fit the indentation exactly into the palm of a prince. No sooner had I done it than I heard sparks and hums coming from inside the statue. That's when I realized it wasn't a statue at all. It was an automaton. A robotic figure made to move with cogs, wires, and electrical pulses. It seemed to be fighting to move, but then nothing.
Blow me over with a dandelion. I didn't expect anyone to get that working again.
It's not doing much.
Joints will be frozen, I should think. No wonder after all these years. Another job for me to do, and a dangerous one at that. Who knows how many volts Master Cecil ran through that thing to get it moving?
Klingt so, als wüsste er mehr.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Did you say Rackham took an interest in the poison garden?
That's right. Asking me all sorts of questions.
What did he want to know?
He was asking which ones could drug a person. Ended up rather captivated by the indigo ivy.
What happens if it's used as a drug?
Just a few leaves in a cup of tea would have you paralyzed for hours.
Okay.
There are no ill effects once you come back round, though. Of all the plants here, it's probably one of the benign ones.
Okay.
Unless you're bricked up alive before it's worn off.
Ah, interessant.
Do you have any indigo ivy left?
I don't. It was all missing the morning after Rackham asked about it.
Einfach ein bisschen mehr genommen, wa? Und dann hat er den Tee gemischt, wow, wie sich plötzlich alles zusammenfügt. Der hat das, wie hieß das auch gleich? Efeu? Ivory Efeu? Ja. Indigo Efeu. Hat er in den Tee von dem einen Bruder reingetan, der konnte sich nicht mehr bewegen, hat ihn lebendig eingemauert. Boah. Heftig.
Do you know what's wrong with the statue?
That thing'll be rusted up. If you want to get it moving, you do best to lubricate the joints, I'd say. There must be some grease somewhere. It's a marvel, that thing. One of Master Cecil's inventions. Swore me to secrecy when he installed it. It'll be even more of a marvel if you get it running again.
Okay.
Well, no time to stop and smell the roses. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Murphy.
Cool. Das hat uns ja weitergeholfen. Außer der Tatsache, dass wir kein Fett haben.
It was a small leather pouch with a drawstring used for magic spells. Currently, it was empty.
Ich habe wirklich kein Fett. Das Fett ist weg. Hat jemand sein Fett wegbekommen. Oh. Fett. Wo bekomme ich Fett her? Hühner sind fettig, aber ich glaube nicht, dass das die Lösung ist. Okay, es hätte ja sein können, dass ich aufgrund der soeben aufeinanderfolgenden Ereignisse, die eingetreten sind, irgendwas im Haus getan hat. Das ist scheinbar nicht der Fall. Haben wir andere Orte, die hilfreich sein könnten innerhalb des Bellemore Manor? Unten gibt es nur Feuerwerke. Dann haben wir unten sonst nichts mehr. Die Sicherung haben wir rausgenommen. Im Trophäenzimmer sitzen die beiden, die mit Pet auch nichts am Hut haben. Da ist so ein bisschen Wrack, was wirklich hilft. Dann sind wir in der Bibliothek, da ist ja auch niemand mehr. Im Musikzimmer auch nicht. Im Garten sind wir gerade gewesen. Dann würde ich sagen, finden wir hier im Manor nichts. In der Kirche ist rum. Am Chausseestrand ist der Typ, der Fossilien sucht. Die Spirit Queen ist untergegangen, immer noch. Ist im Death Metal irgendwo fett? Eigentlich ja nicht, ne? Am Fort de la Mort auch nicht.
I didn't need to drive the car. The tin was full of nothing but holes. Now that I'd looked upon the lifeless face of Comptroller Grimes, it didn't feel appropriate to give his coffin a wiggle. I thought I'd leave Edgar alone.
Der kann uns auch nicht helfen.
I didn't need to do that again.
Okay, dafür könnte ich mal richtig Licht machen, aber nein. Dann nicht.
I didn't need any more rum.
Das ist wirklich purer Rum, das ist nichts anderes. Wieder pusten?
Now that the chicken was enjoying the fresh air, there was nothing of interest in the chicken coop.
Das ist auch nur ein Hühnchen.
Doris! Cluck, 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 bark!
Ja, bitte?
I'd bothered the chicken enough. The beam looked to be driven by the water wheel outside. From the multitude of wires fanning out from the top, it was presumably hooked up to a generator. The electrical safety of the panel looked questionable. I tried the door, but it was locked. It was the metal crank from the Rum Runner's jalopy, the type used to start a motor.
Ja, das hilft uns ja herzlich wenig. Zumindest wüsste ich nicht wofür. Zum Aufstemmen reicht's nicht, ne?
I couldn't do that.
Einfach ein Loch reinbohren?
That wasn't going to work.
Das ist jetzt ja ärgerlich. Hier.
I needed to think of something else.
Nicht mit Schießpulver hochjagen.
That didn't work.
Ja. Tja. Wo kriegt man denn Fett her?
Now that the chicken was enjoying... The wood was old and rotting. It wasn't going to be of any use. And who knew what critters might have made their homes inside the pile?
Am Tor gab's auch nichts, ne? Er sucht da immer noch.
I had nothing else to say to Muffy.
Schade. Also das ist ein Wasserturm, ne?
I may have been new to the bayou, but even I knew that plunging my hand into alligator-infested water, the riverboat looked like it might collapse at any. There was nothing else of interest in the shack. I jiggled the handle, but the door was locked.
Okay. Tja, dann wird's mit Fett aber schwierig, ne?
Searching for a crystal ball, I wondered where I'd seen a sphere made of glass.
Ich habe keine Ahnung, ob wir schon mal eine Glaskugel gesehen haben. Kein Scherz.
If I needed more help from Crab, I was going to need to charter his ferry.
Oh nee, ne? Jetzt dann nicht, wir müssten den Fisch da rausholen.
There was no way I could carry a fishbowl full of water and a live goldfish around with me. If I wanted it, the goldfish was going to need a new home first.
Gar kein Problem.
The neck of the bottle was far too narrow for the pudgy little goldfish to swim through. The chamber pot would make a respectable new home for the fish, but I knew Jasper wouldn't be happy seeing me disturb her. I had nothing else to ask him. Robbing a jewelry store really wasn't my style. Even if I could reach it, it was probably better for the jeweler to operate equipment like that. I had nothing else to ask him.
Wie kriegen wir das denn jetzt hin?
Would you be able to polish my brooch again?
Goodness me! What have you been doing with it?
Oh, you know, just the usual wear and tear.
I don't know how anyone does this much tearing while wearing. But hand it over and we'll shine her up.
Ist das blöd.
With Jasper distracted, it was time for his fish to move into its new porcelain-throne home. Hopefully it didn't suffer any indignity at the change of residence, but then, being a goldfish, it would probably soon forget anyway.
Ganz blöder Adventure-Mechanismus. Total dumm. Also klar, aber ne? Und dann in den Nachttopf rein einfach. Oh Gott.
Here you go. I've wrapped it in a little tissue paper this time so it doesn't get dirty again.
Ach.
Thank you.
But really, sir, this many polishings in one night might be approaching my limit. I certainly understand the appeal of a good flash, but I don't know how many more times tonight I can cope with this.
Okay. Oh, wir haben jetzt ein Seidenpapier. Ein Seidenpapier, interessant.
It was a sheet of semi-transparent tissue paper.
Wofür das wohl interessant sein könnte. Und er sagt auch gar nichts, dass der Fisch jetzt im Nachttopf drin ist. Es ist ihm total egal. Aber offensichtlich mussten wir das so machen, um das Seidenpapier zu kriegen. Das ist ja wild. Ja gut, aber dann machen wir gleich weiter. Das ist ja... das ist bescheuert.
Welcome back, Murphy McCallan. Take a seat.
Will this work as a crystal ball?
Considering our circumstances, we will have to make do.
So.
Xavier Bellemore, hear our cry. Where does your mortal body lie? I sense a cave on the island coast. Waves thrashing, wind howling, and two figures exploring its darkest depths. Xavier and Rackham. Rackham has lured Xavier here, promising an unparalleled expedition to the bold adventurer. But it's a trap. I sense Rackham fleeing the cave, leaving Xavier as the water rises and rises and rises. Look at the painting.
Okay. Eiskalt ertrunken worden, ja?
Xavier's body still lies in that coastal cave.
Wo ist die?
I feel much danger there, but you must get a boat and cross the sea to reach it. I sense something in Xavier's bedroom might help you locate it.
Okay. Und so öffnen sich die 3 Türen. Ah, lass mich raten. Es ist wieder ein Raum, wo ganz viel Kram drin liegt und wir nur 3 Sachen angucken können. Was per se jetzt nicht schlecht ist, aber man geht halt rein, wird optisch total überflutet und dann kann man noch nicht mal die Hälfte davon anklicken. Das ist irgendwie ein bisschen deprimierend. Oder übersichtlich. Dann kann man halt... Jawoll! Einfach ein Sarkophag drin. Diverse Hörner, eine Karte und ein Fisch. Ein Bär, noch mehr Hörner und ein Becher, Waffen, eine neue Art von einem Wesen, ein Bild von Faun, eine sprechende Truhe wie aus Siebenstein.
The latch on the trunk was broken. I would have to do without whatever was inside.
Oh, Waffen!
I stared at the glassy black eyes of the bear rug. It didn't stare back. That was a relief.
Alleine die Tapete sorgt dafür, dass der Raum total überfüllt aussieht, was er sowieso ist. Junge, was eine Einrichtung. Und ganz präsent eine Karte. Mensch, überraschend.
I reached up and took the map from the frame. As best as I could tell, this was a genuine pirate treasure map. The island I recognized as Devil's Rock, but what stood out to me was the large X in red ink on the southern coast, marked Crossbone Cove. At least I hoped it was ink.
Oh, hoffentlich war es kein Blut. Da fahren wir jetzt hin. Können wir uns gerade nochmal angucken? Gerüchte über Fluchttunnel von der Kirche aus. Das Fort könnte sie alarmieren. Aha. Höhlen entlang der gesamten Südküste. Halte Ausschau nach dem roten Licht des Reflektors auf dem Steinhaufen, um die Bucht zu finden. Gefahr, Untiefe bei Ebbe. Mhm.
It was a tattered pirate map with a large X drawn in red along the southern coast. It was a tattered pirate...
Mehr sagt er dazu nicht. Das ist hier Bridgentine. Die goldene Gans. Natürlich! Was machst du denn hier?
Hello again, Sebastian.
Oh, it's you again.
Not playing hide and seek anymore?
I've outgrown it.
Sore loser, huh?
I didn't lose. You cheated. Anyway, I've moved on to this now.
A paddleball?
My mum found it for me after I told her I wasn't getting the tin boot I wanted for my birthday.
It's not even your birthday.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. Anyway, what? Bet you can't do this.
The little brat had me there. Like hula hooping, unicycling, and stilt walking, my facility with a paddleball was on par with my ability to do other completely useless party tricks. So, you think you're good with that paddleball, huh?
Better than you'll ever be. Just name a trick and I can do it.
Ooh, okay.
Bet you can't do the paddleball with your eyes closed.
Look and learn.
Das ist Vorhänge, okay. Mit der Schere jetzt eigentlich rangehen?
The kid wasn't just going to let me cut the string of his paddleball. The hit to the little boy's ego was clearly short-lived. His smarmy smile could have made him the poster child for over-permissive parenting. Hello, Sebastian. Bet you can't do the paddleball with your eyes closed.
Look and learn.
Look and learn.
With Sebastian's eyes closed, I took out my scissors and when the timing was right, snipped.
Wie wir ihn nur ärgern.
My paddleball?
The ball just snapped right off there. Maybe you need to practice a bit more.
Oh, wie sauer er ist.
With any other child, I'd feel guilty. With Sebastian, it felt like evening out the cosmic balance.
I bet Mallory was behind this.
Ja, natürlich. Ich war ja noch nicht mal hier. Ich hätte erwartet, dass der Ball hier irgendwie reingerollt wäre und wir ihn jetzt einsammeln müssen. War das nur für den Gag jetzt? Ach komm. Ach, da liegt er. Okay, er ist den Gang runtergerollt.
I picked up the red rubber ball I'd cut from the paddleball. It looked like a clown's nose.
Was will ich denn mit einem roten Gummiball? Gar keine Idee. Brauchte ich irgendwann mal was, um irgendwie was ranzukommen, wo ich was hochwerfen brauche? Kirche? Ja, die Fenster einschlagen ergibt ja keinen Sinn. Na, Mühle? Das Hühnchen abwerfen? Das Brückchen werfen hat keinen Sinn. Das klingt alles nicht so sinnvoll. Ach so, doch, natürlich! Ach, ich bin ja... Ha! Wir können jetzt beim Billard bescheißen, gewinnen.
I had an idea. One that required skill, subtlety, and finesse. Or at least the ability to hurl a billiard ball through an open doorway. Yoink!
Did you just touch the table?
Nee.
Absolutely not.
Ow! Who threw that?
Als ob wir blind geworfen und getroffen haben. Schön.
Hello again, Captain Pemberley.
Welcome back, Captain McCallan.
I'd like a rematch at English billiards.
Thinking you can beat what I hit before? Step right up.
Verblüffend. Boing. Ja. Aber es waren mehr als 7.
I don't believe it. I've never seen 14s
Yes!
before. You must have arms like the coupling rods on a steam train.
A blessing and a curse, as I've discovered more than once to my own cost. But I don't like to boast. Does this mean I win the trophy?
I'm afraid it does, but you need to bring it back next Wednesday for the potluck. We'll have a rematch then.
Na, aber gut, dass ich dann nicht da sein werde.
With my newfound title as club billiards champion, it was time to claim my trophy.
Wir haben jetzt einfach eine Billardtrophäe, eine goldene 8.
It was the trophy I'd won at the captain's club, a gold-plated sphere of solid metal in the shape of a billiard ball.
Eine vergoldete Kugel aus massivem Metall. Wo könnte das Verwendung finden?
Hello again, Felix.
Hello again, sir.
Den haben wir nicht getroffen.
I best be casting off.
Farewell, Captain.
Wen habe ich denn dann getroffen da draußen? Achso, wir haben uns ja hier rausgeworfen. Das kann ja nur ihm... Von hier aus, durchs Fenster, haben wir Crab McReady getroffen? Oh, wie unangenehm.
If I needed more help from Crab, I was going to need to charter his ferry. The ferryman wouldn't have liked me snooping around inside the boat.
Wie charter ich denn seine Ferry?
It was the cotton flag that Crab, the ferryman, had given me, embroidered with his company logo. What should I do with your flag, Crab?
Have you considered taking up semaphore?
Der war es auch nicht. Wer hat denn einen roten Text? Wen haben wir denn getroffen? Der Puppentheater-Dude?
The puppet show hadn't started yet.
Okay, da muss einer drin sein. Geht ja gar nicht anders. Verrückt.
I'd like to charter your ferry, please. I have a map here to... Huh? What's that?
Shh, shh, quiet.
Tatsächlich.
Signore, signori, ladies and gentlemen, the magic and mystery of the theater comes together with the artistry of the craftsman. I was going to say that. You're interrupting me. You started it. This is very unprofessional.
Die beiden Fettuccini Brothers in Monkey Island.
Between good and evil, a struggle between right and wrong. I just said that. The timeless tale of Pulcinella. I was supposed to announce the title.
Wow. Echt einfallsreich.
Hey guys, do you think you'll be finished soon? I don't think I'd ever been brushed off by a puppet before. Great show. Maybe it's time to wrap it up? I was starting to dislike these guys.
Jetzt fährt der Dude nicht los, weil die da vorne den Quatsch machen. Oh. Achso, kann ich von da aus nach da hinten? Nee. Oh, ist das nervig. Also, der Dude mag es ja lustig finden, aber nervig ist trotzdem.
I couldn't do that.
Schade. Ich könnte jetzt was runterwerfen. Oh, ich könnte mal Wasser runterlassen.
I didn't need to pour water on that.
Schade.
I couldn't do that.
Oh, habe ich das aber vom Timing her falsch gemacht? Habe ich mich jetzt gesoftlockt? Das wäre maximal ärgerlich.
I decided to leave Captain Pemberley to his billiards.
Oh, das ist ja blöd, wa? Ich habe nicht gespeichert.
Good evening, Captain Moot.
If you say so.
I'm the club's new champion billiards player.
Did you beat old Pemberley?
Beginner's luck, I suppose.
Ha! Looks like all those days at the bays haven't paid off, Gifford. Boy, you'll have to have a party to celebrate.
Sure, Moot. Just make sure to get an invitation so you don't have to crash the party. We all know how much you enjoy crashing things.
Stark. Also
I better be off.
Aber stark.
So long.
Alter Schwede. Gut, dass die beiden sich so mögen.
Hello again, Felix.
Hello again, sir.
Felix, I'm the new billiards champion of the Captain's Club.
You beat Captain Pemberley?
I certainly did.
Oh, thank goodness. Maybe he'll have a rest from it for a little bit. We haven't been able to pry him away from that table for months. I've been hiding those billiard balls, one a week since August. The guy won't give it up. It's cost the club a fortune in billiard chalk.
I best be casting off.
Farewell, Captain.
Schau, ich dachte, er gibt mir jetzt einfach eine Billardkugel. Boah.
Excuse me?
These two crack me up.
About the ferry hire.
Yes, I'm afraid the ferry's engaged at the moment.
Because of the puppet show?
You got it. My favorite part's when they hit each other on the head.
Schön, dass man sich so an einfachen Sachen erfreuen kann. Oh. Geht gar nicht.
Murphy, the Devil's Rock Devil's up to his old tricks again.
Oh no, what's he done this time?
I heard that he's committed arson of the Spirit Queen riverboat, practiced black magic, cavorted with rum runners, launched fireworks without a permit. Know anything about it?
Nee, noch nie gehört.
Can't say that I do.
Nee.
The Devil's Rock Devil continues to elude us.
The Devil's Rock Devil. Alles klar.
Nope. I couldn't do that.
Yes?
Hi. How's the Devil's Rock Devil investigation going?
I've made progress.
You think you know who it is?
No. Progress with my marketing campaign. I've written a jingle.
Oh dear.
Across the aisle, from shore to shore, those good of heart spy misdeeds in store. A shadow looms where he dares revel, the dastardly devious Devil's Rock Devil.
Ja.
I think I better be going.
Stay sharp, Murphy.
Ich geh dann mal.
Is this your necklace?
Nope. Looking to place a listing in the Lost and Found, are you? It'll cost you.
Never mind.
Hätte ja sein können.
I didn't think she'd be interested in that.
Doch, sie können einen Artikel drüber schreiben. Frech. Enttäuschend. Ach so, Moment, da ist der schwarze Zugkarte drin, ne?
Anything to report?
I'm keeping my eyes. want to get ink all over me trying to carry the can.
Ja, okay, das hätte mit Fett nichts zu tun. Wie kriege ich jetzt das dusselige Puppentheater wieder ruhig? Von einem Problem ins nächste. Aber was will ich denn mit dieser Goldkugel?
Nope.
Die ist ja auch gar nicht klein.
I needed to think of something else. I didn't need the crucifix any longer.
Das ist klar.
I knew I was, if only.
Brauchen Licht. Wir brauchen Licht.
The wood was old and rotting. It wasn't going to be of any use. And who knew what critters might have made their homes inside the pile? That wasn't going to work. I looked over the machine, but I couldn't find a way to turn it on, if it even still worked. I didn't want to touch it. I hadn't seen something with that many scary-looking teeth since Old Lady Malloy's German Shepherd got loose on my 10th birthday. I needed to trick the lighthouse keeper with some imitation fog.
Ja, das auch. Aber wo kriege ich künstlichen Nebel her? Kann ich mir doch mal Trockeneis holen? Das war das Falsche. Hier war es, ne? Yardley. Ja.
The machine looked ready to operate. All it needed was a blast from the tanks.
Ach so, hat er die wieder zugedreht? Sollte das tatsächlich so funktionieren? Das wäre spannend. Achso, ja, da können wir das mal speichern. Jetzt sage ich schon, alles zu spät. Ja. Dann, Erdbeere. Ist das leere Quietsche? Ich dachte, jetzt kommt da so eine tiefgreifende, zeitlose Story über Pulcinella. Nein! Der Typ amüsiert sich darüber auch noch. So, jetzt packt man das Trockeneis in den Blumenkasten.
The dry ice clattered into the metal window box.
Ja, okay, aber jetzt packen wir da Wasser drüber.
I poured the contents of the bottle onto the dry ice, and immediately it started to evaporate, filling the area with mist.
Schauen Sie! Es nebelt!
Good evening, Captain Moot.
If you say so.
Look, there's fog outside the window.
I can't see any.
Maybe if you just stand up, you'll definitely see it. He looked at me like I'd served surf and turf to a vegetarian. You're not getting out of your chair, are you?
Nope.
I better be off.
So long.
I could see the mist billowing up just beyond the frame, but it was clear that a draft from inside the captain's club was blowing it away from the window.
Ach so, weil ja klar, weil die Ventilatoren an sind.
I flicked the switch, turning off the ceiling fans, and watched as the mist outside stopped being blown into the night air and instead began to fall into the club.
Waiter!
Bin ich der Kellner?
I told you, I don't work here.
Do you know how to work a lock at least?
Sure I do.
Right. Well, the fog's coming in, and someone needs to switch on the lighthouse light. I would do it myself, but that fort's danker than the inside of a sailor's trousers. Use this key to unlock the gate, then turn on the light with the switch on the ramparts. Think you can handle that?
Klar!
I'm on it.
Das machen wir doch gerne. So. Ta-da!
From the fort ramparts, I had an unobstructed view across the entire southeastern coast of the island. Cliffs and crags, waves and water, and an endless horizon. I needed to load some gunpowder into the cannon first.
Oh, das ergibt natürlich viel Sinn. Das stimmt. Ich weiß zwar nicht, warum wir das Ding abschießen sollten, aber...
I poured the gunpowder into the cannon.
Oh, jetzt können wir auch die goldene Kugel verschießen, aber ich weiß nicht wofür.
I needed to load the cannon first.
Keine Ahnung, wofür wir das brauchen.
I loaded the billiards trophy into the cannon, spherical and solid metal. It was the perfect improvised cannonball.
Ja, aber wofür?
I packed in the gunpowder and makeshift cannonball. Now there were just 2 steps remaining. Aim and fire.
Ich weiß doch nicht mal wohin.
Whoa!
Oh. Natürlich.
The cannon looked like it might still work. If it did, I knew from that evening's previous experience with firearms that 5 steps were required. Gunpowder, shot, ramrod, aim, fire. An old cannon still sat on the ramparts, ready to fire upon enemy ships.
Weiß nur nicht wohin. Gut, egal.
I turned the wheel, but nothing happened.
Ja, lass uns erst das Licht anmachen. Wir müssen bis zur Kirche, ne? Ja, ruhig nochmal. Dankeschön. Okay, also sieht ganz
Walking
anders
into
aus.
the church, I was presented with the sight of the stained glass window illuminated beautifully by the lighthouse beam. They lined up perfectly.
Ja, jetzt natürlich die Frage. Ach so,
Pressing the button, I noticed something had changed in the stained glass window. Whatever mechanical process it used was a mystery to me, but pressing the button caused the panes of glass to tilt ever so slightly, so that the white light from the fort was split into 4 different colors that seemed to dance around the window.
Okay, damit drehen wir das obere. Habe ich verstanden. Damit drehen wir das linke. Das rechte und jetzt den unteren wahrscheinlich. Oh, ich sehe, wir haben zu wenig Blau. Nee, haben wir nicht. Ah. Ah, ja. Das war falsch. Und dann kommen automatisch die Gelben in die Mitte und passend zu dem Kreis in der Mitte müssen wir die äußeren Farben zuordnen. Habe ich verstanden. Toll. Jetzt habe ich geguckt, wo hier unten ist. Da war es nicht. Der war es auch nicht. Mist. Der war es auch nicht. Ich hätte es mir merken sollen. Jetzt muss ich die beiden noch vertauschen. Ach, das ist nicht zu. So. Oh. Und der war es nicht. Außen? Ja. Außen? Nein, innen. Ach so, natürlich. Oh, das, ich bin doch doof. Dunkelblaue Tasse, dunkelblauer Kreis. Oh. Rote Tasse, roter Kreis. Vollhonk, ey. Gar nicht. Nix verstanden habe ich hier. Ich hätte gedacht, dass es so einfach ist. So!
As soon as the plates in the stained glass window clicked into place, forming a translucent cross at the center, I heard a rumble behind me. The sound of antique machinery somewhere beneath the stone floor.
Ooh. Nett.
The uneven stone staircase descended beneath the church into a dark, narrow tunnel.
Hier sind aber viele Tote.
I considered taking one of the skulls, but each seemed firmly immovable and really creepy.
Ja, das lassen wir mal lieber.
I considered taking and really creepy.
Ja, hatten wir schon. Das ist alles. In Frankreich ist immer so.
The passageway twisted far away from the church, finally emerging in a round room lit only by a pale shaft of moonlight filtering through a narrow hole above. Tombs surrounded me in solemn silence. I had found the sanctuary crypt.
Die Gruft des Heiligtums. Geil. Und da ist der eingemauerte Dude drin.
The brickwork was crumbling, and although I couldn't dislodge it with my bare hands, I could tell it wouldn't take much force to break through.
Oh, was haben wir hier? Schaufel?
I needed to know what was on the other side of that wall, and this was a situation that called for some straightforward destruction.
Oh, das geht ja wirklich sehr schnell kaputt. Wenn es eine Schaufel bedarf und nicht mal einen Spaten oder so. Guck mal.
I examined the skeleton for clues, but only his key seemed of any value.
Das sind aber Spinnenweben, nicht seine Haare, ne? Das wollen wir mal festhalten.
You're free now, Yardley. He can't keep you imprisoned anymore.
Stark, damit hätten wir den ersten Schlüssel.
So you are the mortal who is trying to find the lost treasure of Bellemore Manor before me.
Rackham.
You know who I am. Surely you must also know that you have started down a foolish path. It will only end in your death, Murphy McCallan.
What you've done to Abigail Bellemore cannot be allowed to continue.
Abigail Bellemore is dead, as will you be, if you continue this pathetic charade.
She deserves to be free. just like all the ghosts of the manor.
Genau.
Don't let it be said I didn't warn you. If you're so interested in being friends with the dead, perhaps it's time you joined them.
Nee, danke.
Just as Yardley Bellemore was entombed alive, so shall you be.
Ja, ist ganz schön dark hier. Oh! Oh!
Rackham's spell had transported me somewhere I couldn't immediately place. I was lying down, my arms pinned to the side of me, my hands only able to feel the grain of the wooden boards to the sides and above and below me. And then I heard the noise, something thudding on the boards above me. That's when I realized I was being buried alive.
Oh nein!
I pushed on the coffin lid with all my might, telling myself that an inch of cedar was all that separated me from the night air, but it was no use. Help! Help me! I'm stuck in here!
Da falle ich nochmal drauf rein.
Who's saying that?
Down here! I'm inside the coffin. I need you to get me out.
You're in the coffin?
Ja?
Yes!
Pull the other one. Do you think I'm falling for that again?
Das war so klar.
What? Really? I'm trapped in here.
I don't know how you're doing it, but I don't believe you.
Das war
You
so
can't
klar.
fool old Edgar 3 times with that prank.
Das ist ja kein
These
Prank.
tourists are gonna be the death of me.
The death of him? It seemed like my earlier escapades had come back to bite me in the behind.
Ja.
If I was going to get out, I needed to prove I was down there. It was time for some outside-the-box thinking.
Über den Sargrand hinauszuschauen. Ja, was soll ich denn machen?
Help! Help!
Nope. Not falling for it.
It was the coffin lid. I didn't normally think of myself as claustrophobic, but this situation was making me reconsider.
Nachvollziehbar.
Blowing up the coffin with me inside wouldn't be a good idea.
Ach, als ob.
That wasn't going to help me escape from the coffin.
Okay, was könnte ich denn machen? Oh, hier.
I fumbled in my pockets and took out the screw jack,
Natürlich. Ein
bracing
Wagen
it
hier bei der
between the
Hosentasche.
floor and the lid.
Oh, ja,
With each
das-
crank, the pressure grew and grew, until finally... I needed to think of something else. The gravedigger seemed detached from the world as he shoveled dirt onto the coffin. And me. Hey! Could you get me out of here?
Murphy? What are you doing down there?
Trying to not be down here.
I'll go fetch a ladder. Don't go anywhere.
Where do you think I could go?
Ja, echt mal. Hä?
Before I'd even reached the top of the ladder, Edgar had fled to the safety of his shack, far away from the grave where he'd inadvertently tried to bury me. One good thing had come out of it. Now I had Yardley's key.
Genau, wir haben jetzt Yardleys Schlüssel. Rackham hat eine komische Art von Humor, uns in den Sarg rein zu befördern, aber... Oh, können wir leider mitnehmen?
I didn't need to climb back down into the grave.
Schade. Aber das war doch schon schön. Auf eine bestimmte Art und Weise. Können wir da wieder runter eigentlich? Tatsächlich? Ach, wir kommen von hier. Achso, ich dachte, wir sind von hier oben gekommen. Ah, cool. Oh, von da geht die Tür auf.
As I stepped across the stone threshold of the crypt, it struck me that I was the first person to do so in decades. Footsteps that Yardley never had the chance to make.
Stark, weil er vorher eingemauert wurde, weil er sich nicht bewegen konnte aufgrund der Teevergiftung. Das habe ich verstanden. Ein weiteres Rätsel gelöst. Cool. Das war ja richtig gut. Sehr schön. Sehr, sehr schön. Können wir den mitnehmen eigentlich? Geil. Will das gleich mit dem Lenkrad aufmachen?
I needed to think of something else.
Schade. Aber so habe ich vielleicht eine Idee. Eventuell sollten wir zurück nach Deadlevel. Vielleicht. Ist er nicht? Nee, die sind immer noch am Rumhuten. Okay. Die klingen ja auch gar nicht wie Hupen, die beiden.
Perhaps it was the piratical air that brought to mind the mimicry skills of a parrot. If Squawkin' Hawkins could do it, maybe I could give it a try.
Oh.
You're sticking over my lines. I'm not speaking. You're adding in lines that weren't in the script.
That seemed to get one of the puppeteers riled up. I wondered if I could do the same for the other.
Toll.
That seemed to get one of the puppeteers riled up. I wondered if I could do the same for the other. Great show. Maybe it's time to wrap it up? I was starting to dislike these guys. That seemed to get one of the puppeteers riled up. I wondered if I could do the same for the other.
Ja, dann hut doch.
That seemed to get one of the puppeteers riled up. I wondered if I could do the same for the other.
Jetzt erzähl mir nicht, ich brauche 2 Hupen.
I didn't need to blow on that.
Schade.
That seemed to get one of the puppeteers. That seemed to get one of the puppeteers riled up. I wondered if I could do the same for the other.
Ja, aber ich hab doch nichts anderes.
That didn't work. That seemed to get one of the puppeteers riled up. I wondered if I could do the same for the other.
Ja, offensichtlich ja nicht.
That seemed to get one. That seemed to.
Hä? Das verstehe ich überhaupt nicht.
I didn't need. That seemed to get. That seemed. That seemed. That seemed to. Great show. I was starting. Hey guys, do you think you'll be finished soon? I was starting. That seemed.
Ich hab halt nichts anderes, ne? Ich hab nur eine dusselige Hupe. Das ist super ärgerlich.
I didn't need to show him that.
Man muss das von oben machen.
I needed to think of something else.
Hä? Verstehe nicht. Das ist ja doof jetzt. Ja gut, dann müssen wir uns halt mal was anderes machen. Also wir könnten aber kurzfristig zumindest hier den Schlüssel schon mal reinstecken, oder?
I needed to place it in its keyhole. The key didn't fit. I placed the first key into the mantelpiece. I didn't need to take the key with me.
Aber das so schlau ist, den da stecken zu lassen? Gut, dann ist er nicht im Inventar, aber das ändert ja halt nichts, ne? Was ist denn mit dem zweiten Schlüssel? Ja, wir müssen die Figur zum Bewegen bringen. Wir brauchen Fett. Ich hätte jetzt erwartet, dass wir Fett irgendwo auf der Insel finden, aber wir kommen mit der Fähre nicht weg, weil die Hupe nur für einen Typen stellvertretend verärgert ist. Ja. Das ist jetzt ja blöd. Hat sich auch nichts geändert. Ja. Der Vater liest in seiner Bibel. Er hört nichts.
Nope.
Können wir die Hupe irgendwie modifizieren? Nee, ne? Das ist nur Phonograph-Rekorder. Boah. Schade, Sebastian ist nicht da.
I didn't need.
Da kommt offensichtlich alles nicht vorgesehen, dass wir da rankommen.
I needed to think of something else. Nope.
Schade. Ja, hier ist ja ganz viel Zeug.
The bag was empty.
Ich glaube, wir haben ja wirklich alles, was wir hätten kriegen können, schon rausgeholt. Das ist auch wieder leer. Puh, schwierig.
It was a sheet of semi-transparent tissue paper.
Wofür wir auch immer das brauchen, ich habe keine Ahnung.
I needed to try talking to the ferryman, but he wasn't very receptive while the puppet show was on.
Ja, das weiß ich doch schon.
The cannon looked like...
Achso, ich weiß halt nicht, wohin ich zielen soll, ne? Ja.
bothered the chicken enough.
Wir können das Hühnchen aber nicht mehr ärgern.
Nope.
Ja, dem haben wir nichts mehr zu erzählen angeblich. Wollen wir den Wagen eigentlich nochmal anmachen?
Nope.
Okay, war ein Versuch wert. Ach, er ist wieder da hinten.
Good evening, Edgar.
Gar nicht schreckhaft, der Gute.
I found a way into the sanctuary crypt.
You got yourself in there? I thought that place was closed up tighter than a jar of pickles dipped in super glue.
I certainly did. The pattern on the entrance was a clue to a secret passage from the church.
Well, I'm envious, Murphy. That's the kind of place I can only dream of ending up.
A dank old crypt?
For some, but I see a nice, quiet atmosphere. Plenty of legroom, no nosy neighbors to interrupt your rest. Those skeletons in there don't know how good they have it. It's only us living folk who can actually appreciate it. In my opinion, death's wasted on the dead.
Der Tod ist an den Toten verschwendet. Auch nett.
Can you believe you almost buried me alive?
If anybody asks you, that never happened. One word of this gets out, and I'll never be allowed near a coffin again.
Ja, okay.
I best be running along.
Goodbye.
Ach, Mensch, 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 Mensch. Muss doch irgendwo irgendwas geben, um diese dusseligen Dudes da zu verärgern.
I took a handful of the spilled gunpowder. The coat of arms depicted 4 lions surrounding a central flower, topped by a medieval tower.
Kann ich das Schießpulver eventuell in die Hütte packen?
I couldn't do that. That didn't work.
Schau, ich dachte, das verändert den Sound.
That wasn't going to work. I needed to... That wasn't going...
Hier, das
That wasn't going... Nope. That did... I couldn't do that. Nope.
Hä?
That didn't work. I couldn't... Nope. I need...
Ich habe eigentlich keinen Bock, Sachen
Nope.
alles mit allem zu benutzen, weil es
I need...
total dumm ist und nicht zur Lösung führt.
I needed... Nope. That didn't... That wasn't going... Nope.
Aber dann geht's ja gar nicht darum, die Hupe zu verändern. Es geht nur darum, die beiden so zu nerven, dass sie sich gegenseitig die Schuld zu schieben. Mal zu ihr. Vielleicht gibt's da Neuigkeiten.
Murphy, the Devil's Rock Devil has returned.
What's he done now?
I heard that he's vandalized one of the cemetery's crypts, operated a lighthouse without proper training. Know anything about it?
Nee, noch nie gehört.
Can't say that I do.
Keep your eyes open.
Ah, herrlich. Ist das nicht Ruhe? Oh.
That seemed to get one of the puppeteers riled up. I wondered if I could do the same for the other.
Ja, und mit was könnte ich denn verärgern?
I didn't...
Also wir haben jetzt eigentlich schon erst verärgert, müssen wir alle nur noch zurückärgern. So das Setting, das...
I needed...
Was haben wir denn sonst noch so? Irgendwie schön auf dem Dates.
That wasn't going...
Schade.
That wasn't going to work.
Das muss irgendwas mit der Puppe sein, auf jeden Fall.
That didn't work.
Einfach anzünden.
I didn't need...
Wie krieg ich denn verärgert? Hier, Hörnchen abschneiden.
I didn't need... That wasn't going to...
Ach ja,
I
Stoffwedel.
didn't need to dust that.
Schade.
That wasn't going to work. That didn't...
Hä? Ja, aber wie denn sonst?
I could...
Wie verärgert man denn...
That seemed... I had nothing else.
Ich dachte, er gibt mir jetzt mal so eine Billardkugel, die er einkassiert hat.
The billiard table was already occupied. Hello again, Captain Pemberley.
Welcome back, Captain McCallum.
Don't tell anyone I told you this, but the maitre d' has been hiding the billiard balls. That's why you don't have enough to play a full game.
Felix has been purloining my balls?
Every week for 3 months.
Well, I feel tremendously violated. I shall be writing a letter of complaint to the club secretary. A man's balls are sacred.
Billiard balls?
Absolutely.
Ja, ja, was sonst?
I best be running along. Enjoy your evening.
Farewell, Captain McCallum.
Jetzt spielt er weiter.
I decided to...
Aber wir haben ob das irgendeinen Impact hat.
I had nothing else to say to Felix, and I doubted he had anything to say to me.
Das ändert doch überhaupt nichts.
Good evening, Captain.
If you say so.
I switched on the lighthouse light.
Do you want a medal?
Nee.
I better be off.
So long.
The billiard table was already occupied.
Kann ich hier mal von oben was runterschmeißen? Auf den Kopf von den Typen?
I decided to leave Captain Pemberley to his billiards.
Oh, wenn das so... Ich habe auch nichts im Garten. Verrückt. Nun gut, aber wir sind jetzt bei über 3 Stunden. Ich hoffe, ich konnte einigermaßen an Progress jetzt bis was rausreißen, dafür, dass ich so lange in dem einen Rätsel gesessen habe. Ich hoffe, dass es euch trotzdem gefallen hat. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zusehen, ich bedanke mich bei allen, die live dabei gewesen sind. Ich hoffe, es hat viel Spaß gemacht. Ich wünsche euch einen wunderschönen Restabend, eine wunderschöne Nacht, bleibt gesund. Ich würde noch sagen, ich bin LeKris, das war Foolish Mortals. Ich verabschiede mich und sage bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.